All right, so this is a new podcast with myself, Pig of the Hut, M2dave, Rio, and Tom Brady. And skip all the intros because you all know who we are. And let's get into some topics, discussion.
All right, what do you guys think about Scorpio now that he's been hot fixed?
I think he's just like your any other character.
Like, where would you rank him though?
Top 10. I'd say he's top 10. He's the best at getting rid of interactables. He negates them better than any other character in the game. He has a really powerful wake-up game. His aerial game is also very strong because of the jump 3 and teleport mix-ups and his jumping 1. He does dominate some characters pretty bad, like Ares. But he also he struggles against some characters like, Aquaman, Killer Frost, and the usuals.
Yeah.
I say he's a top tier now.
So you're saying like he's been kind of brought down and isn't like crazy anymore.
Yeah,
Like
he's not as ridiculous as he was back then with the -1 flip kick and the teleport that a lot of characters couldn't get a lot of damage off because he was airborne.
As far as online goes, I miss the teleport being mid because it's so much easier to get damage off of. Because right now online with some connections, I can't get shit. Like they're blocking before I can punish them. Like I can't do 1-1-1 shackles anymore because they're ducking unless I hit it right on the frame. So now I have to resort to down 2, back 1, 2 with Sinestro or down 1 shackles or I don't know.
Wait, why wouldn't 1-1-1 work?
What's that?
Why wouldn't 1-1-1 work?
It does offline, but like online, they're always ducking. Like it's a high, and they're always ducking like from recovery. But if you do it right off the bat, right when they land, then you can hit it. But online, it's way hard to hit. I either go for the best punish back 1-3, or I go for the easy punish down 1 shackles or down 2 into back 1-2, and kind of do some kind of setup cross up.
Yeah, I think probably like uppercuts are probably the easiest, right? Because like you duck it and just fucking mash down 2 and whatever into a combo. But let me ask Tom. Like Tom, I know I saw your video and whatever. Like, how do you feel about meter burn teleport?
Scorpion as a whole, I think is unfair and shouldn't be allowed. To be honest with you, the thing that I like about Injustice is that it does so many things better than a lot of other games. I think a lot of other games, Mortal Kombat 9, for example, the community has always had the look the other way attitude, where as ridiculous as a character may be, if we can find one character that fights it, we say, shut up, just pick that one character and play the game. And I think it wasn't until the end of Mortal Kombat 9 when people said, you know what, Injustice is out, and I don't have to just pick one character to fight something, I'll never play MK9 again. And I think that's the good thing about Injustice, is that people, for the first time in this community, were able to pick like one of basically any character and not have to worry about, I can't fight this, let me pick the one character in the game that can. When we look at Scorpion, if I go through characters like Killer Frost or Wonder Woman, who naturally negates his stuff, or Aquaman, or maybe a few other characters, to look at the game and say, let me show you 5 or 6 characters out of 20 that can fight Scorpion, and maybe a few of them can beat him. If I can't even go through 1/4 of the game, not even 1/10 of the game, that can fight or beat the character, I think that's a problem. Rio brought up Ares. Scorpion, the fact that when he has meter, and when if somebody says the character needs meter for something, I mean, that may come into play in matches like Aquaman or Killer Frost or whatever, or, Wonder Woman. But, if I were to tell somebody the Green Lantern's lift is not very good because he needs meter, people would think I was an idiot. They would say, so when does he not have meter? What do you mean he needs meter for the lift to be good? Of course he's going to have meter. I feel like, say you're an Ares player like Rio brought up, Scorpion is going to sit there and jump or whatever. You can't do anything about it. You can't keep him grounded. You can't knock him out of the air. And when he jumps at you, you can't even block his jumping 3 because he's just going to teleport. meter burn and launch. So if you block his jumping 3, he gets free pressure. And even if you don't block it, he'll just teleport meter burn, which is also whatever. So he has mix-ups that you're never going to possibly guess consistently, and there's no consequence to him. And I feel like he absolutely murders most of the game. And the reason why, I mean, I don't want to come off and say I have a problem with Scorpion personally. Obviously, I play Aquaman, so if he's allowed, I don't really care. It doesn't really matter to me. I only say it because I really like the game, and I want the game to keep going the way it is competitively. And I feel like that he falls under the Super Turbo Akuma rule. ST Akuma was not, banned because he is overpowered. There are some characters he only beats 6-4. I mean, there are some characters that can actually fight him and stand a chance of beating him in a tournament set. He's banned because he mops up so much of the game, and what he has, the engine was not built for. He was added to the game after the engine was built, and the engine was not made to handle the air fireball. With Scorpion, the engine was not made to handle that meter burn teleport punch. It was absolutely not made to. And I also feel like the fact that now his teleport is high, it should have stayed mid. At least some of those characters now will always punish something. So if he has no meter and he's like, he's always going to get punished. Now he may not. Maybe a character like Catwoman or Ares may not be able to catch him with significant damage. Whereas I feel like if it was mid and everybody got back 3 into a full combo, he was always going to pay a high price. I feel like because the games, I feel like Scorpion is a character that was made for Mortal Kombat. And the move itself, the teleport punch, was made for a game with a block button.
No, let me ask you this: am I the only who feels this way, that he's probably the most in a tournament? You're playing whatever 2-3 games. It just feels like he can random you out, even
well.
No.
Here's what I mean, Dave. Let me be more specific. Let me elaborate real quick on this.
But do you agree though? Do you agree though?
No. I don't want to say that. Here's what I should say. I remember at this point in Mortal Kombat 9, people were saying, "There's no footsies in the game." Remember that? There's no footsies. Remember?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
They were saying, "There's no footsies. It's all jumping." Remember? Remember those talks? There's no fundamentals. Remember? And then as the game evolved, we saw there was footsies. It was no longer a jump fest, and people learned to play the game. I feel like people are now just starting to develop their footsies, their spacing, their concept of how to stop jumping. And then you put a Scorpion in there, and he doesn't have to play the game. Period.
No, I agree with that. But
I feel like you can't play the game. I mean, yes. I mean, I don't. If someone, of course, is going to bash me and say, "Tom, you play Aquaman stuff." I don't care. I mean, yes. Again, if he's playable, I don't care. Like Scorpion be played. It's not my problem. I play a character that fights him just fine. He's not my problem. My point is, someone listening to this podcast is going to play someone like a Bane or Joker or Catwoman or Shazam or even a Nightwing. Well, Nightwing, I guess. I don't know. Even still a top character, and get mopped up by Scorpion, and then complain. And it's not a matter of complaining. I don't want to say he's cheap. I don't believe in those words, cheap, broken, yada. I just feel like the engine was made, and then they put a character in this game who was made for a different engine, and gave him a particular move that was made for that engine. I feel like Scorpion should have been more modeled for Injustice and the system.
No, I definitely agree.
I watched PL play Foxy, and it was obvious there that obviously PL doesn't know the Wonder Woman match. I feel like he was unfairly blown up for that because he has no experience against Wonder Woman.
To be fair, Foxy didn't have any experience against Scorpion. It was his first time playing against Scorpion.
That's true, but what Foxy exposed was that Scorpion, when you take away his ability to teleport punch, and Wonder Woman naturally eliminates, Foxy's sitting there doing instant air demi-goddess might, stopped Scorpion from jumping, and also automatically avoided the teleport punch. Also, her air dash is such a way that because Scorpion's jump is so low, a lot of times Wonder Woman can air dash past his jumping attack and combo him on the way down. And if he happens to teleport punch, the teleport punch will still miss the air dash, and she will land with an autocorrect and full combo him. So she was just able to automatically avoid the meter burn teleport punch. And
Well, her
once,
damage, when she gets this right, her damage is so high, dude.
it's true. But
She
the
doesn't
thing
even
is,
need
though,
meter for
the
anything.
thing is, though, once she took away the meter burn teleport punch, what did he have to work with Scorpion? I feel like he should have been. But the meter burn teleport punch is such BS when it comes to most of the characters in this game, because of the whole package of them. I feel like they should have just given him a little more to work with and modeled that move more toward the engine and just given him more all the way around.
No, I agree. But let me. I want to ask you, because he was the one who mentioned it. Like Rio, like let's say in a tournament, like don't you think like in certain stages, we have whatever Black Adam rooftop, whatever. Don't you think like Scorpion in certain stages could also be pretty ridiculous?
Of course, he's very random. First two with Scorpion on interactables, yes, anything can happen.
Yeah, he controls every single interactable on almost every stage, and I don't know if people have realized how much meter you build when you those dive kick interactables that you can do with him. It's pretty ridiculous.
If you do 6 of them on block, you get a bar of meter.
Yeah,
and it does 3% chip on blocks. That's huge.
You used to could combo off interactables, but I don't think you can do that anymore.
You know what's so funny? A Scorpion can do in a lot of stages. He can do a kick, those dive kicks from the cars. He can hit you with one of those and then get a free meter burn Hellfire. Or he can use other interactables, ones that splat you on the ground, like the machine gun one on Striker's Island. He could hit you with that and then meter burn for Hellfire free. And so technically, Scorpion gets about, let's say an interactable those are around 22%, right? Like the highest ones.
Mm-hmm.
He could tack on meter burn Hellfire and get over 30% for getting hit by a random interactable.
Does Scorpion's design and Frost's design in this game, does it make you guys worry about MK10?
No, Frost does not make me worry, because I don't think that Frost is a character that you just have to game plan for a little differently. Like Frost, once I lost the low scoop, I obviously had to go back to the drawing board. I couldn't sit there and say, oh, I know, I'll abuse my bullshit, a safe low launcher on her.
Tom, before you make any guarantees about Frost and the future upcoming tournaments, just remember this is recorded. I'm telling you, man. I think you have a case of short-term memory loss. That character is fucked up, and people are going to be re-reminded in about 2 weeks.
Well, let me just
say this
okay,
right
go ahead,
now.
go ahead.
I'm a human being, so if I lose to something once, doesn't mean I can't lose. I'm still a human. I'm still flesh and blood. I mean,
but you're also really intelligent. You're also really intelligent. And
I mean,
hold on. You also realize that when you got beat by Alucard, you took 5 to 10 minutes and you kind of thought about it. You're like, okay, I want to play him again. You lost in that first money match to him. You ran it back. You beat him 3-1, and then you guys ran it again. And you still won 3-1. Okay, when I lost to Alucard, I played our local Ares player, and I've kind of figured it out. Now I'm hella fucking comfortable in that matchup. But that's Ares. See, you're kind of making it seem like that you can do that with Frost in her current state. I heavily disagree.
The thing is,
if you think beating online Frost players is anything compared to playing against a Frost at the highest level, I mean, come on, man. I mean,
first of all, I want you to look at my track record here. Even though I will admit that I was not that good at MK9, my track record.
What does that have to do with anything I'm talking about?
I'll tell you why. Because my track record in MK9 was I would lose to something with Sub-Zero badly, usually on a stream, and people would say, "Oh, Tom, you idiot! We told you, Tom, like the Sonyas out there." And then I proceeded to beat the stuffing out of that character for the next year and a half. I lose to something, I take it into the lab, and then those people are the ones that are crying for the rest of the game's life. I mean, and that has been my track record. I'm
looking for the hero that figures out the Frost matchup.
I think you have to break Killer Frost down in areas of where she's the most frustrating to least frustrating, and it's easy to misunderstand where the real problem is. The number one problem with Killer Frost, frustration-wise, is losing the match in the post-slide mix-up, because that makes people feel like she got to check me with a launcher to then hit me with a launcher, after I blocked the initial launcher.
Mm-hmm.
I think the absolute best way to approach Killer Frost slide is, who cares if she gets away? I think so many people are concerned with stopping her post slide. I can't let her get away. I got to do something, But then she's meter burn launching you, or jumping, or parrying, or down one-ing, or backdashing and whiff punishing. I feel like just letting her get away, fine by me. I could care less. Get away. There you go. You just slide, get away. I don't care.
I don't think that is the hard part. I think the hard part is, dude, the game's kind of fucked up, to be honest with you. Like, I'm just going to throw it out there. Like, sometimes jump back ones beat down two. Sometimes they don't beat down two. Sometimes it beats slide. Sometimes it doesn't beat slide. Like, it doesn't consistently work.
The next thing is on Wake Up, whenever I knock Killer Frost down with my Aquaman forward and 2, 1+3, I jump back, and if she slides, I 3 her, and I get a full combo punish.
Mm-hmm.
Now, of course, she can not slide,
Mm-hmm.
and we're just at neutral, but I'm okay with that. As long as I know they can't slide, I'm fine. And also, you can find certain ranges with certain characters that you can jump in on Killer Frost for free. And this will allow you to surprise her by dashing in. And as long as you get your attack on the screen first, you will always beat that slide. I mean, you will always beat it.
If you're Aquaman.
I mean, not every character has those kind of tools. I got you. Not every character.
I'm sorry. 27 of the 28 characters don't have a trait that gets me out of her bullshit.
No, I mean, not even that. I mean, just you can, as long as you get your attacks on the screen first, you don't have to. The slide isn't
even discussing that. What is the question? What was the question?
No, it's just saying, just like Killer Frost. Dude, here's the problem.
Honestly, wait. Before you say,
dude, I want to say this.
Because she's not going to have her trade cancels.
Dude, you're saying like how NRS wants this game to be like, not one thing, not anything wins the game. Like everything. Like I'm saying, like if you want to win, you got to take footsies, you gotta play foot, you gotta zone, you gotta rush down, whatever. Then why can this character just do 50-50 mix up and kill you? Yet I can't zone. I need to whatever. I need to find an alternative. I need to play footsies. I need to do all this. I need to rush down. Yet this one character can just put you in the same MK Deception 50-50 mix up and just kill you over one mix up.
Why
I can't have fucking -12 low shots. What kind of bullshit is that?
That's what we call a top tier character.
Well, first of all,
no. TYM says mid tier. I mean, I had a Frost player tell me today that it's seventh in the game.
Well, hold on. In fairness, there are rumors
because she hasn't won a major yet. That's the logic of TYM goers.
Wait a minute. In fairness, there are rumors that her damage is being toned down off of the slide, and that she is losing her advantage on trade cancel.
Okay.
I mean,
even with those rumors, I think she'll still be a top character.
She'll still be top. But right now, I think what makes her even better is the fact that even in the neutral game, you block anything, and she's going into a trade cancel, and now you got to do a 50-50 on block. At least she has to have physically hit you with a juggle and get significantly reduced damage to reset you. So it's going to take like 6 or 7.
I don't really think that'll make much of a difference.
No, what if Lex Luthor's corp charge was -4? What if his gravity thing was -3, -4? Like go through every character in this game that sucks ass and make a move like the slide.
They would be ridiculous.
Exactly. A low or an overhead. Make that fucking gravity pool an overhead, and make it -3. That's basically what we're doing with Frost here.
Well,
no, I think. Well, I just want to say this. I think Pig said it best when we talked privately. He said she's gonna be pretty much the same. The only thing she's gonna need to do, she's probably gonna have to hit you like maybe mix you up like maybe once or twice.
One or two more times, yeah.
Exactly, but otherwise it's the same. Really, I mean, it will make a difference. Like she still blow up low tiers. That's not really an issue. But maybe against some of the other top tiers, she will have to work a little bit harder. I don't know. I just don't. I just think she will be almost the same character.
The only thing, if her rumored nerfs are true, the only thing I would do is just, at worst, make it so her slide, she can't backdash after it. so that
You have to make it like
she-
-6.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
you get a check, like you get at least a down one check, into whatever. At least you get a down one check,
Mhm.
so you can get some kind of advantage that you can start something.
that doesn't really change anything, though. I mean, that because she's still going to get that reset ability. I mean, that's what the character
Well, and
is.
that's fine
She's-
if the character's 50. That's fine. I have no problem against that. I'm just saying, if my whole point is I don't care what she is. If she does 50-50 win, that's fine. But
Yeah.
why can't I pick a character that just zones and win? Like, why does my low shots go from -12?
You do have
like,
characters that can just zone.
no, man, but they're nowhere near as good as she is. Can we
I'm-
agree to that?
Imagine.
Well, that's because the game is geared more around offense.
Well, I know. I'm just
Correct.
saying, even Sinestro. I mean, imagine if the if Fear Blast was had half the less recovery frames.
no,
Probably
you can
lose
still
Killer Frost.
zone.
Dude,
You
I'm
can
not
still
saying
zone.
I never said you couldn't zone. I'm just saying, what if you could win off zoning alone, like you can with like Freddy and MK or even Kenshi in some matchups.
You
Dude, this
can-
community would cry so bad.
No, you couldn't win with
Like I
zoning
already
over
did.
Freddy.
Wait a minute. Well, hold on a minute. Any
You
character.
gotta
any
remind you
cha-
about smoke.
Wait a minute. Any character in the game. Any character in the game can win with 50-50s alone if they get in, they get the knockdown, whatever. I mean, Killer Frost. That's her game. Her game is she has to hit you, and I think as the game goes forward, she'll be easier to deal with, and
Okay.
she'll still be top, but
Okay,
she won't be.
I want to back you up on that, and I don't want to back you up. I want to say something about that. You just said as the game goes along, she won't be that much of a problem. All right, let me try to explain this the best way I can. We know 16-bit honestly has played this game longer than any Frost player. He's showing us right now what it is going to become. And all these other, and that's kind of my problem. Like, I absolutely hate going to the Frost boards because I hate when they talk about what they perceive is a good matchup or a bad matchup or an even matchup. And these are the same Frost players that I'm beating with Sinestro are going 5-5 with.
In fairness,
Hold on. And it makes me think, okay, this is probably 5-5 or it's probably 6-4 Sinestro. And then I go and play someone who shows me what the future looks like. And I'm saying, okay, once everyone catches up finally to this is going to be a big fucking problem. And these are the people telling me what matchup numbers are on TYM, on Frost boards. And they're saying Hawk Girl, 6-4s Frost and shit. I'm like,
well, let me ask you. Let me ask you this. Killer Frost is the best character to never do shit in a tournament. And I look at it like this. 16-bit's a good player. I'm not here to question the validity of his ability. He lost to his two friends.
two training partners. One he lives with.
Stop. He lost to the people that fight that character the most. And it didn't look like a problem to me in that tournament. Now, he lost to who he fought the most. How can we say for sure the same thing would not happen when everyone else gets to fight that character the most?
But he pretty much admitted himself that he choked. I mean, ask him what he.
Hey,
Yeah,
I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear that. I had to go to ECT.
But that's-
Stop. In other tournaments, did I not have to play my friends? Did I or did I not have to play the people that play me the most? Did Rio not have to fight the people that play him the most? Yes or no?
Tom, did you
Missy,
did you see him play everybody in the hotel room, including yourself?
I don't want to. You know what? I will mop Killer Frost up with that safe low scoop. And I don't want to hear it. I don't have a safe low scoop anymore. And I'm not here to discuss how terrible I am at a game. People that win tournaments are terrible.
I'm
People
telling
that
you,
get
I'm
ninth or
telling-
top.
I'm telling you, all
understand
of us got mobbed. I'm not saying you're terrible. Stop doing that. That's just so passive aggressive. I'm telling you that we all got mobbed.
I don't care about, you know what? Before ECT, I got mopped up a lot in hotel rooms, but those people that mopped me weren't in the top 8. So I don't want to hear that garbage about what happens in a fucking hotel room before or after a tournament.
That's bracketology. I mean, you're talking about bracketology there.
No, what I'm talking about is, especially right after, for me, obviously not everybody else was affected by a balance patch. I know you and other people are so close-minded that you don't think that losing a safe low launcher really makes a difference.
You play Aquaman. You're good. You're fine with all the tools you still have.
But my doesn't matter. The point is the keystone of my strategy was that she can't stop me from abusing this, and that was a big whatever. But be that as it may, I sat there and said, the cornerstone of my strategy is gone now. I need to find something else. And I think I was the only one there who was not overreacting to Killer Frost being too good. Because from my point of view, while I was playing a good player in 16-bit, I also had to come up with something new. That'd be no different than, look, I went through this a lot with Sub-Zero, where I would have a strategy for a particular match, and then a patch comes out, and I lose my reset, and I'm like, well, I don't know what to do now because I can't do 60%. I have to find other ways to make up that damage. And with Aquaman, it just felt like the same thing. While I knew I was going to lose, I was so upset that I didn't get games in with 16-bit before the tournament because I knew that I was going to lose if I didn't get a lot of games in because my strategy was totally gone. I needed a new one. And I just figured, rather than saying the character was too good, I just figured I need to adjust my strategy, that what my original plan was is not really a viable, consistent tactic. And I need to really evaluate what the problem is now and find a way around the problem. And I think that, I know 16-bit got nervous, and that's unfortunate because I do think he had a really good shot of doing some damage in this tournament. But at the same time, he did lose to the people that played him the most. 2-0, 2-0. Choking or not, stage or not, the people that played him the most made Killer Frost look not a problem.
On Metropolis Rooftop?
Not my problem.
On I mean, have you not seen Metropolis Rooftop at all?
No,
Slips
that's true.
didn't.
And Slips himself told me, and so did Dizzy. He blows them up now in casuals.
He blows them up.
And you may think, casuals don't matter, but that's just the way it is. And
I didn't say casuals don't matter. My point is that it's not that bad for people that play it all the time.
No,
they do play it all. They do play it all the time, and they get crushed.
Yeah,
they get crushed all the time.
That's not even the same character anymore.
Okay, just to get the record, I don't care about Killer Frost. I told 60-bit, the slide should stay the same. I don't care. My only problem is, why does she get to keep the slide, while I don't know, like Deathstroke slow shots go from -12 to whatever -22.
I don't like to be a prisoner of the moment kind of person. I believe she's a phenomenal character. But I believe UFGT Killer Frost, perhaps UFGT Killer Frost was low at the top. But it doesn't matter because OTG bug is gone. Trade cancel may be fixed. And her damage may be normalized, quote unquote. Mm-hmm. So, I mean.
Yeah, but her metagame is going to stay the same, As long as you don't nerf the character's metagame, meaning,
Dave,
she can do what she can.
Wait a minute. Hold on, wait a minute. What we saw at UFGT was a really good player in 16-bit take Killer Frost, do a full combo without meter, and then get the 50-50 to which you couldn't do anything about. So not only was she So not only was she not losing damage, he was doing 30%, plus getting the 50-50, but he got to keep his bar. Now she's going to do less damage. She's going to have to spend a bar of meter, and then she gets the 50-50. And on top of that, in neutral situations, she's not going to get that 50-50 anymore because all her trade cancel nonsense in a 50-50 is going to be not that kind of advantage. So she doesn't get the guaranteed 50-50. So I think it does change her metagame significantly. Initially, it may seem like it doesn't, but if you think about it, it really does. If she doesn't have a bar of meter, you are not getting reset.
Dude, welcome to the game. Everybody, almost everything, every top tier requires some meter to do, to do their most damaging,
I understand that, but before it wasn't like that. It wasn't. Think about this right now. Think about you having a significant life lead. She clashes. She has to burn that bar of meter, or even worse. You're clashing. The match is close to neutral. The Killer Frost player says, I cannot afford to let this guy get 30% health back. I've got to blow it all. And now she doesn't reset you. You see what I'm saying?
No,
I
no,
mean,
I understand, but I still think, I don't know, whether the changes are true or not. I'm just saying, I still think what she will get is almost irrelevant to what Deathstroke and for even Aquaman got. Because low scoop, save low scoop, that's a huge deal. That's huge. They're making it like what?
It really, the safe-ish low scoop really only affects the Killer Frost match.
I know, but did you see how it changed? It changed so matchup changed so drastically that you just couldn't adjust to it. You had to fight.
No. I didn't know what to do. I'll be the first one. See, I'm never ashamed.
See what I mean? That's what I mean.
I'm never ashamed, but see, I'm never ashamed to admit I don't know. I know we're in a world where everybody wants to blow me up for being whatever or saying something whatever, but I always say I don't know, and I didn't know.
All right. We've hounded on Frost enough. Hey, Rio, let me ask you about this. I know we talked about it privately and stuff, but basically the storyline for EVO 2013 is, it pretty much writes itself. Rio, the unstoppable, unbeatable force lately, but Carl is always unbeatable at EVO. He's always the immovable object versus the irresistible force. Something's got to give. Do you care about EVO, MK?
Not really. Haven't played since ECT.
Hype dismantled.
What is there left on MK9?
No, it's crazy.
Already happened. There's nothing to look forward to. What if I win EVO? Who cares? It's just we're winning another tournament. Carl wins EVO. Who cares? Just Carl winning EVO. Someone like GJ Dizzy or someone wins EVO. Who cares? It's Dizzy. He's the most fundamentally sound player and the best footsie player ever. Really, who cares? There's nothing hype going into MK. Everything's been done already. Everything's already been discussed. Everything's been foreshadowed already.
Yeah.
It's just matchups have been done already.
How crazy is that? We came from there was some final round hype, SCR hype, and now ever since Injustice came out, literally MK9 died April 16th, 2013, and ECT 180 people for Injustice, only 20 of them signed up for MK. Now UFGT actually had 63 people for MK with 180 people for Injustice, it was sort of hype. It was pretty good there, but regardless, the Fall Classic has dropped it. Nobody is giving a shit about MK9. CEO's numbers, just to kind of give you a little perspective right now, pre-registers, there's 120 pre-registered for Injustice, which is the third most. AE's got 174, Marvel's got 155. That's crazy. Injustice is only 30 behind. But it's crazy how Injustice is only 30 behind Marvel, but MK only has 23 people. It's the lowest pre-registered game out of all 9. Wait, how many games was it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 11 games. Out of 11 games, it is the lowest.
Really, 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 really bad.
It's getting hammered by.
Can you blame people though?
I don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to handle this.
Okay, look, when you sign. Okay, let me tell you something. When you go to a Mortal Kombat tournament for MK9 and you sign up, what are you really expecting to get into?
What killed MK9? Do you think Injustice? Or do you think it just ran its course, or what?
The community.
Yeah, I'd have to say the community pretty much killed it. The community had killed it.
Expand.
These threads about who is what and what person is this and that, how things are just set in stone. That's what killed it.
Like the best character, threads and things like that. Or
best version of character threads. Lists really killed.
Are you talking about 16-bit? 16-bit threads? Are you talking about that?
Well, 16-bit made a stock market thread, but long before the stock market thread, I look at it as just something that's making levity, poking fun at. Stock market is like poking fun at the list. It's poking fun at the communities wanting a list or a number next to people's names. It's poking fun at NFG. It's poking fun at Crimson Shadows list. It's poking fun at all that stuff. That's what the stock market is. Long before the stock market, this community became obsessed with we need a number next to players. And after every tournament, it's who is now garbage, who has been replaced.
Who's washed up.
Exactly.
And you got players who have supported this game from day one and been as consistent as can be and one tournament they get like 7th, or instead of 5th, or 5th instead of top 3, or 9th instead of top 8, and they're done. They're washed up. Nothing they've ever done in the past is relevant. They're done. And then you say, people just got tired of it, and they say, you know what? I am never dealing with that again.
So you're saying someone like like Rio and Junior and Maxter, for
Or
example.
like you at final round when you lost, everyone's like, yeah, Pig's washed up now. What a scrub. Didn't get top 8.
Yeah, so I get. So you're saying I got top 8 for 2 years, or like a year and a half straight, like 9, 11 something different events, and then I go to final round, my local major, and I don't even think I think I got like 27, 32. I don't know what I got. I really don't know what I got, honestly. So you're saying people in those situations are scared to be judged by the moment and not their history?
Yes, it's all about what's hot now. Who's in now?
The community
Who cares
doesn't
about whoever
judge.
someone did in the past? You'll go to a tournament, win. You go to the next tournament, lose, and be like, oh, see, he lost now. He wasn't never that good. He lost now. We care about what's happening now. Move him down, move other players up, rank him here, this, that. Everything's set in stone.
I think the mentality is you're only as good as your last win.
Yes.
I think that's the. But honestly, to me, this should be irrelevant for every high-level player because nobody should give a shit what other people say about them. If you let it bother you, then that's it's.
Well,
I think it's your fault.
But that's what drove the whole community in gears. That's what everything was based around.
Yeah, everything.
That's what happened. Everything became part of that.
Everything came based around this, and I just think that.
I remember when MK9 early was all about, damn, who's going to go to tournaments, who's going to place here, who's going to do good here. I wonder how now it became on, damn, who's going to get blown up here, who's going to not make top 8. God, better not get blown up.
I think what it was is that top players got tired of feeling like crap after getting 5th or 7th, and they started feeling like I should not be made to feel like crap by my community because I got 7th today. They felt that way, or I should not be made to feel like crap because I lost to another good player. It happens. And
so you guys think that's more of why MK has died, other than it's just run its course?
That is the number one reason.
Tom, I don't know. Tom, I don't know what number one. I still think Pig has a point about injustice coming out and people just not, I think you have a point, Tom, too, but I think the major reason is just injustice, man. And it's just the fact that the whole game is played out. There's nothing else to see anymore. We've seen everything.
You're right, Dave. I agree with you. That's not the major issue. That's the number 2 issue. The number 1 issue is injustice came out.
Okay.
And all the people that spent the last 3 years almost playing 10-0 matchups were tired of it. And now they have a game where they never have to go back to that again. And they will die before they do. And that is what's going on. A game came out where there are none of those handicap matches. And all the characters can fight.
There are some, though. There are some.
But we covered
Scorpion versus Ares.
outside of Scorpion, there are no 10-0s and 9-1s.
But see, never again will there ever be outsides of Scorpions. Scorpions will always be here from here on out.
My point is, the character wasn't even made for that.
Scorpion honestly isn't that good, in my opinion. He's not that ridiculous.
It's not about being ridiculous. It's
what I will say, Scorpion is he's the most scrubby. He is super scrubby.
Like I said, it's not about him being ridiculous. I'm not saying there aren't characters that he only wins 6-4. I'm not saying there aren't characters that he loses to. What I'm saying is, outside of a handful of characters, and I stress a handful, he obliterates the rest of the game. And
I mean, there's a lot of characters that can fight him, though.
Yeah, like Aquaman's number 1.
I'd say Aquaman can fight him, Batman can fight him.
Green Lantern.
Black Adam can fight him. Doomsday can fight him. Superman can fight him.
I think Sinestro can.
There are only a few characters that can
Killer
fight
Frost, Wonder Woman, Nightwing.
But like I said,
yeah, Nightwing can.
Batgirl.
Nightwing's actually really good in some sense.
2/3 of the game get absolutely destroyed.
Not really. I just named like half the
game. Yeah, he named 2/3 of the game.
Did not name. There's 27 characters in the game.
Okay, here, we'll go down the list then. Aquaman, you can count this.
All right.
Someone take a notepad out. Aquaman,
All right. Okay.
You guys got that?
Again,
Batman.
Or Rio, I think, dude, it's not about. I think
you're
the
missing
bigger
my
issue.
point. You're missing.
The bigger.
Didn't I just?
No, I think
No,
what
but
Tom is
I
trying to say
understand.
is
I understand
this.
what Tom's
My
saying.
point is,
Scorpion
my
rapes
point is,
some characters. I understand
My
this.
It's not even about
But-
raping. It's about ignoring the game. Okay, what if I want to use interactables in a stage? Well, I'm not allowed to because you can just teleport. I think that's what Tom is saying.
no. That's not even the problem. The problem is that the
Dude,
game.
how is that not a problem when
It's
he can do whatever he wants? He's pretty much all the interactives on a stage are just there for him. They're not there for you.
my point is that I don't care if you point to exactly half of the roster and say these matches are all 5-5s and 6-4s. Either Scorpion wins or loses, barely, or they're even. And then you say, I just named half the roster, Tom. But then the other half gets mopped up 10 or 9.
Other half. What do you mean? I think only Ares gets mopped up that bad.
Dude, a lot of them get mopped up.
Who? Like who?
Dude, Lex,
Flash.
what is he supposed to?
Lex.
What is Lex supposed to?
Fine, I'll give you Lex. I'll give you Lex.
Lobo.
Bane, Lobo.
No, I don't think so. Not Lobo.
Yeah.
What about Joker?
Scorpion can't punish chains. Low chains.
Let me look at this. Grundy. Probably.
No, Grundy is good against Scorpion. He's not that bad.
It's not that bad, but it's
Grundy can actually anti-air him.
Ares, Bane.
Bane doesn't do that bad against him. Bane can knock him down, bend him up, and just mash away.
Meter burn teleport, dog.
And so what?
So,
Body splash, same thing Doomsday does. Just options like body
it's
splash.
not
takes
as
care-
good as it's
No,
not as good as
option.
Doomsday.
No, dude, you can.
Do you guys think Bane's viable?
I mean, he's
Yeah.
not as bad as some characters. He's definitely, I'd say he's mid tier.
Me
But
too.
Again-
anyway, Bane can do the same option select Doomsday can do.
If you're like
Teleport.
somebody coming to me saying this character, just like someone saying, dude, ST Akuma, this match is 6-4. He
He's
doesn't
not like
mop-
ST Akuma. I mean,
ST
ST
Akuma
Akuma
is-
had losing matchups, did he not?
No.
No.
Exactly. Scorpion does. That's the difference.
But my point is that
If Scorpion mops up Ares and Lex, oh my god.
no, he mops up more than that. My point is,
name them.
let's not go back to Mortal Kombat 9 days when people had the same conversations where people are like, no, this character doesn't mop up like this until the end of the game, and then it became, well, I guess maybe half of the
Dude,
cast
who
mopped
is
up.
Scorpion mopping up really bad aside from Ares and Lex?
Raven,
Not really. You can't jump against Raven mid-screen. She'll just squeeze you.
dude.
She has one of the better punishes too.
Yeah. You can't jump like that against Raven. You have to stay on the ground and actually
I
respect
mean, again, man, like I said, man, I could care less about Scorpion. He's not my problem. He'll be somebody else's.
I'm just saying, you're over-exaggerating when you're saying he mops up half the cast.
What I'm saying is, when this game is said and done, if we look at half the cast,
Scorpion won't be the problem. It'll be other characters, actually.
Be Frost.
I mean, again, I'm only looking at it from the perspective of I don't think the engine was made to handle a move
I
like
honestly, though, what I do want to say is I honestly think Scorpion is the best character suited for a first to two, ready, set, go interactable environment.
No, I that's what I agree with.
Absolutely.
He is best
Scor-
tournament character. Just for that.
Yeah, he's the best tournament character. He can knock out a top
anyone.
player.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
can
he can
random
ran
anyone.
exactly.
That's
Yeah.
what Scorpion does best. First to two, ready, set, go. He can random anyone out.
Scorpion destroys the brackets.
Yeah, he does, and it's only because you can't play the game.
You have to play the Scorpion game. When I play against the Scorpion, I cut Injustice out of my mind and just play the Scorpion game. You have to.
And again, it's because of my argument that he was not made for this engine. They threw a Mortal Kombat character into Injustice, in my opinion.
That's true.
It is.
He's actually the same as MK9. Just they tweaked him a little and just popped him in.
Again, it is only my opinion, and I can certainly be wrong. God knows I'm wrong constantly. But
What do you guys think about the DLC so far, other than Scorpion?
Well, let's
Lobo is. Yeah, Lobo.
What about Batgirl? Like people say she's like top 5, maybe
She's
top 10,
ridiculous.
maybe top 5. But like I haven't like seen anybody like
She's absurd.
Did they fix that glitch yet?
She's
where
like
she
Scorpion and Frost.
Did they fix the glitch yet?
What glitch?
Yeah.
The
The
ball.
one the bola with the bola where you can just meter burn it without having any meter.
Yeah.
Is that gone?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been thinking about Batgirl. She's a lot like Frost. She's a lot like what Frost probably will become post nerf. but she's still going to be good. I think Aquaman beats her, and I think that might be it. I mean, I think she's really good.
Well, I think I don't know. I could be wrong, but I think the fact obviously that she has no slide.
Yeah,
A lot of her normals are like really short ranged.
her back one's pretty good, but her teleport is
I know.
hella. Her teleport's hella punishable though.
I know that's probably a balanced version of Scorpion's teleport because he always comes from the top. You can always block it the same. The meter version doesn't come out unless the teleport connects, and it's like minus 35, so it's very very punishable.
You know, a cartwheel's 5% on block.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the cartwheel has got. I mean,
It's +8 on block too.
as far as the DLC goes, again, in my opinion, there are two characters that I really can't speak on. Lobo, he could be good, but I'm not sure. I mean,
let's not kid ourselves.
again,
Stop.
I'm fine against him with Aquaman.
Let's stop, because when
But
K9 came out, we had to hear for 6 months on how good Cyber Sub, unexplored, shouldn't get any buff, just stay the same, and then 2 years later, garbage.
and I don't know.
Trust
about
me, if Lobo was top and really retarded, I'm sure people would know by now.
I don't know
It doesn't take rocket scientists to play Lobo and be like,
It doesn't
what do I do here?
Yeah,
It's
I
not
don't
the
know.
type of game, where you can
Yeah.
just I just found something that's gonna make
Yeah.
him high mid. It's not really that type of game.
we should expound on that. We should
Lobo
expound on
is
that.
Pretty,
I
Well,
don't
I think-
know.
better.
If you
I
know
don't know
what
that he's
to
bad.
if you know what to look for.
What I do want to say is I hope Lobo never ever gets a buff and he stays the way he is forever, so all those Lobo players can hold that shit.
I
And I
don't
hear
know.
anyone
I-
2 years from now say that Lobo needed any.
I don't think he's bad, but I don't know. And I also Lobo and Batgirl, I know she's really good. And Scorpion's another one where I don't know. I don't know if he's just right or too good. And I
Okay.
don't want to speak either way.
Let's talk about just real quickly because obviously the character isn't even out yet. Give me your impressions of what you've seen from General Zod. There were like several E3 videos, where I think P-board player and what's her name recorded some videos. What's your impression of that? Let's go with Pig.
Low mid tier.
That's my boy. Next.
Trey is ridiculous.
No, I mean, me and Dave are going to say low mid tier until he gets that buff.
I have no opinion on Zod.
Opinion. You guys, I mean, from what I've seen, I don't think honestly, maybe obviously I want him to be a zoning character, but I think he will play like probably something similar to Reptile, kind of a setup character, because those force balls on the ground, they look very very slow if you pay attention. I think it says like 30 frames of startup, and it's very slow. So I don't know. I think high mid tier definitely.
Hey, let me
I
ask you a
think
question
he's
about
going to end up. I think he's going to end up really good.
Yeah, I think so too. But we know he's gonna get changed. Even if
Do you guys
he's good.
think that DLC should be top tier at minimum?
Well, I think that's the business plan is to make all DLC top 5 characters because it's a sales tactic to get you to want to buy that so you can be a dominating force online and offline.
Let me ask you a question real fast. And this will tie into another subject, the stage rules. I think this ties in-
Wait, before we start, I'm sorry, Tom. Before we start talking about stage rules, let's talk about what Rio just asked. I mean, what do you think, Rio?
Do you guys think that DLC should be top tier? Yes, I do think so. 'Cause if
Well,
you're
I
gonna-
think it should be top 10 because who wants to pay money for bad characters?
Like who goes to this grocery store and wants to buy a bag of shit?
Yeah, I know.
Exactly. So I mean, Batgirl's really fucking good.
really?
Scorpion's really good.
What about somebody that wins a free game and pays $5? So they only paid $5 and they got a good character, but everybody else that pays $60 has to play their regular character who's not as good.
How many people are
I don't-
winning free games?
It happens.
How do you get?
Yeah. What?
I mean, by the logic of you paid money for something, there are people that won a free game and only paid $5 for their DLC. And
Whatever, man. People win Supermarket Suite all the time. They
I
get free
want
groceries.
Lobo to be top tier. Is there any?
How do we know how do we know they're not?
Maybe I'm just such a shitty player that Lobo was just.
Okay,
Tom, come on, Tom.
too
Tom,
hard
you
to
just
figure out.
Tom, you just said, how do we know they're not? Let me tell you why. And let's talk about this before we get to the stage thing. This game does not strike me as a game that's going to take all the smart players, the casual players, or the tournament players, whatever have you, a long time to
Yeah,
figure
can we
out.
step back and we need someone
Okay.
to sit in a room for a year with Lobo to figure out if he's good or not?
Okay. First of all, there's two things I want to address to your point. One, I need to blow myself up. because at the very moment I just said, who knows? And I sat here and said Scorpion, maybe in consideration for being banned, as if I know something. Let me just say one, I want to re-clarify that point. Is what I mean to say is, because of the way the stages are, and he can random you out, I just don't see somebody being able to use like Catwoman losing the first game, and then Scorpion gets the last pick and he's going to pick whatever, the pig stage, whatever. You have no chance. You might as well hold forward and lose.
Catwoman actually, she doesn't do that bad against Scorpion. She can actually air him.
But then you factor in stages and the interactables and the pig stage. And, it's like either way. But so I mean to clarify that it's because of the random factor, because like you guys brought up, because you have to play Scorpion's game, and the random factor because I feel like he really isn't totally suited for the system, which creates that random factor, which is something I felt like this game totally avoided outside of that. But in my opinion, as an Aquaman player, he's fine. I don't find him to be overpowered, but I can't speak for someone else 6 months down the road who doesn't play whatever. As far as the game not being whatever and too in depth, I disagree.
Why does every Black Adam look the same? Why does every Batman look the same? Why does every Aquaman look the same?
It's not even dude, Tom. You need to, I mean, not to like brag about ourselves, but high level players know what to look for, man. It doesn't take a long. You look at footsies. Look at this guy's a 9 frame low that's has a lot of range and can be hit for the juggle. Of course, this character is going to be good just because of that alone. I mean, it doesn't take that doesn't take a genius, dude.
Dave, let me ask you a question. How many Aquamans out there are ridiculously impossible to get up against besides mine? My Aquaman is solely makes it impossible for you to get up.
But I understand that, but that has nothing to do with that the character is inherently good. It doesn't take a long.
Let me ask you a question. If it's not rocket science, why does no other Aquaman practice just frame ground trident to stop? Hold on.
I have played 2 people who are as good as you, and it's Michelangelo and Dizzy. And all 3 of you have in common, you're all proven high intellectual top players. I have seen what that character is. I've seen what to expect from Aquaman. I don't think you're going to expand what Aquaman is right now. The game doesn't allow it. I do not think there's going to be any expansion of Batman. I think we've seen Batman.
Put it this way,
honestly, with Batman, this is my main gripe. I don't like how Batman is still being played the same as his week 1.
Well, put it this way. I played Jeremiah, and when I knocked him down, I would just frame trident him, and he couldn't do any wake-up attack. And he looked at me, and he said, I can't wake-up attack that? And I said, no, Doomsday can't get off the ground on that. He plays Dizzy every day. Why didn't Dizzy and Michelangelo abuse that?
Maybe Michelangelo doesn't. I mean, maybe Dizzy doesn't need to because the matchup is heavily in Aqua's favor.
Well, but then I heard that they were going even at that point in time in the game. Again, I don't care. I'm not here to put one against another. In my opinion, they're both better than I am in this game. So I'm not here to sit there and say one is whatever. But I'm just saying is there are a lot of things in this game that people absolutely do not practice that change. Like I hear every day people talk about. I think one of the number one complaints I hear people say to me every day, Tom, when the fuck is Black Adam? Why does this fool get to keep his stuff? And I say, well, what's the problem? And they say, dude, why does this dude have a wake-up attack? He gets up for free, basically, with 50%. I mean, come on. That's ridiculous. Black Adam, I think, has one of the easiest wake-ups to just destroy the entire game. I don't see how Black Adam gets up against anybody, and yet nobody is shutting this stuff down. Why is that? Why are people not?
Well, dude, not everybody has Aquaman's jumping 3.
Well, Aquaman, it's the ground trident that stops them from back.
Well, I know, but not everybody's Aquaman, dude. It's like I think Deathstroke may be able to do forward 3. I'm not really sure, but but either way, it's like, dude, not every character is. Dude, that's also another character that people like are trying to like downplay. Dude, I can tell you right now, 70% of the cast loses at least 6-4 because they can never catch him. They will never catch him. And we just saw the fights with the Rico and Chris G. 70% of the cast has no chance, can never catch him.
I disagree. I feel like people coming from MK9 don't realize that this game you have a lot more options and a lot more variables, and they are thinking more inside the box
Why
instead
would
of
you compare to
outside of it.
MK9? That's a terrible comparison because MK9 had like no depth to it.
My point is that people are just looking. I'm not saying it has no depth. What I'm saying is that you have more options in this game, and I feel like people are not exploiting those. For example, I see so many times I would see a video in MK9, and a title would say, "Stuffing this character's wake ups with X." How many? Let's be serious. We've all seen a lot of those videos, right? Avoiding every character's wake up attacks, but it wasn't viable because the timing to actually stuff something was retarded. You might as well just block it because you're not going to risk quote unquote stuffing it with some random trick. In this game, you can literally find solid, legitimate tactics to make sure your opponent cannot get up and eliminate all of their options and force them to guess. And I don't think those things are being explored. And I think when that stuff is fully explored, then I think, look, I go into practice mode every day to make sure that no character can get up against me. And if I play somebody in, for example, Batgirl, Batgirl players, if they're going to get up, they're typically going to get up with a cartwheel. Like Pig brought up, the damage it has on block, does okay on hit. It is combo punished by some characters. If you duck the high, obviously this, but the low and the overhead is also unsafe. When you got a little kid like Sonic Fox, and he's just like, tee I don't care, tee I have 3 options, tee I don't care, you better guess, tee he doesn't care. He's gonna keep going. You can sit there and duck and block it once, and he'll just keep going. He doesn't care. He's like, I got 3 options. Yeah, I'll just do the overhead every time. I don't give a shit. Stay ducking. He doesn't care, And then he'll do the high every time and say, oh, you got blocked at high. Ha ha ha, advantage. And then you sit there ducking. He'll just get up and dash forward. So you have to know a way to say, you know what? If you do this at all, I don't have to guess. I'm going to avoid it and full combo punish you. Rather than and I think every little matchup has those kind of little nuances that require a lot. I have never once heard a Doomsday player ever on those boards say, Aquaman murders Doomsday because he can't get up. This character rushes me down, takes 40%, and then on wake up I have to sit there and eat it because I can't even do a wake up attack because of just frame trident, which is not easy to do, by the way. Just frame trident, it takes a lot of practice. So it's and Doomsday's punishment is what, a shoulder or a forward 2. It's not much damage So basically, I never hear that. Why is that? Why is a tactic that should be so hard for Doomsday players, just frame ground trident? Why is that not being talked about? Why is that not common? Why is every Aquaman player not abusing that on Doomsdays or Lobo too? Lobo cannot get up, just frame ground trident. I mean, he can block it and then throw punish it, but the point is he has to block it. It nullifies all his wake up attacks with another 30% combo. He's got to sit there and block.
Lobo doesn't even have any wake ups to begin with.
He does. He does.
Stuff everything he does, literally.
Yeah. No,
his wake up game is terrible.
Well, I mean, the whole point is this. Tom, nobody's saying that there are not some intricacies about the game. There are. But
I play people every day. There's like a Joker player I fought before, and like a lot of people, I had my mind made up on the Joker. I said, you know what? Maybe they're right. This character he doesn't cut the mustard. And this guy is sitting there fighting me so well. And I'm sitting there saying, this guy obviously put a lot of time into the Joker, and he was really good. Teeth traps, teeth setup, putting me in situations I haven't been in before. And he obviously put a lot of time and thought to the character, and I was highly impressed. And I don't see any of this being talked about. I don't see any of this being used. I just don't see any of it being common practice.
You know why? It's because a lot of people aren't talking about a lot of things because 3 key majors are coming up, and it's Evo 2011 all over again, where no one posted anything until after Evo. And then after Evo came this flood of tech. Oh, this is what he did at Evo. This is what he kept for Evo, blah, 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 blah. I think we're kind of in that period, that ghost period right now.
And I think also to do with the game gets bashed a lot. Everything changes, like it's hard, it's hard to learn the game when the game changes like every 2 to 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like Tom talked about the Aquaman Frost matchup. You know, like how do you, you know, like okay, now now it's 5-5, then I'm losing. You know, it's difficult to adapt like that, especially when you have these large changes like that. It's difficult to learn the game.
Put it this way, I remember when I was talking about how I thought Shazam was good, and I was going over some stuff, and everybody was sitting there saying, Tom, the stuff you talked about in your guide and what you're covering now, that's good, I guess. But that's about as far as it goes. And Shazam doesn't cut it. And then there's stuff that Heroic Legacies was doing, and then somebody posted a really good Shazam guide. I had some really good, stupid, effed up setups in it that I was reading, and I was like, this is really good. This guy broke it down to a science. This character is really messed up. But yet, for the first month of the game, I had to hear, Tom, shut up, man. You're going way too in depth here. This game is not like that, man. You don't understand. I mean, I had to hear. What's funny is I had to hear the same thing with MK9. When MK9 came out, within the first few months of the game, I'm saying the same thing. I think it has depth. I think yada yada yada. And everyone's like, Tom, come on, man. Admit it's got no depth. It's a jump fast. There's no footsies. It's just either zoning all day or rush down all day. You can't get away. Just dash, 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 dash. Come on, Tom. You don't know what you're saying. Look, these top players from other games, they're quitting the game. The game obviously has no depth. And now these same people are sitting here saying, no, MK9 has plenty of depth. It's Injustice that doesn't go that far. Sounds like a broken record to me. And I think in time, people will look at Injustice and say, I mean, if Injustice had no depth, why am I looking at a thread that says, who knew Wonder Woman was this good? Foxy Grandpa really showed anybody. What do you mean, who knew? I thought the game wasn't rocket scientist. Every little Jimmy off the street should know this then.
Well, ironically, her depth is still reduced to 50-50 mix-up, just like Killer Frost, except she does them in the corner. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah, Wonder Woman is hella.
I'm like,
ABC, do this.
Yeah, I'm like, I was watching the fights. I'm like, and props to Foxy, no doubt. He impressed me. But I'm like, wait a minute. This is just Killer Frost shit, except in the corner.
Yeah.
Oh, but people are amazed by my Sub-Zero when all I'm doing is down 4, down 4, down 4, down 4, down 4, and you can't do anything about it. That's
wait, why are we talking about MK9? That's like
stop talking
about MK9 just makes it look worse.
Because
the game that was bad to make the game look better.
Well, because people are talking about a comparison. I'm reading all the time. Injustice doesn't have.
I never heard anyone say MK9 had depth. The only thing I heard about MK9 is saying that it has the anti-airs. That's it.
No, people have said MK9 is whatever. Yeah, I have the passion for MK9. I don't have the passion for Injustice. I'm leaving the game. I don't care about the game as much anymore. Yeah, I don't enjoy the game. You hear that a lot, and I read that a lot.
Yeah, but I never hear because reason leaving Injustice MK9 has more depth. What?
No, they're saying that it doesn't. They don't have the passion for this game as they did Mortal Kombat 9.
Hey, Tom, what do you think about some players retiring like Cat in K7 and other players retiring from the game right now? And word has it that GGA is stopping from playing Injustice.
GGA absolutely loves Mortal Kombat. That's a fact.
No, what I'm saying is the people aren't enjoying it. What do you? Yeah, people are retiring. What do you think about that?
Well, I talked to 16-Bit today, and he just said, you know what? People just are not. They love Mortal Kombat 9, and they have more fun playing that game than they do Injustice. And if they want to get into Injustice, but it just doesn't grab them like MK9 did. And a lot of other people say the reason why I brought up MK9 in a depth Rio is not because I'm saying you're saying it or anyone here is saying it, but I hear a lot from people saying this game here had a little more depth than whatever. There was more to figure out. There was more stuff being done. There was more tech coming out, yada, yada, yada. I think there are a couple of reasons why some people are quitting this game, and they find their own reasons why they like MK9. First of all, both games are very good games in and of themselves. Neither game is shallow. Both games obviously have depth. Both games have deep layers at a high level of play. I think the difference is we have a lot of players who became top players in our community simply because they're playing a character who mops up 99% of the game. And even though they're not going to win a major per se, they're still going to be a name based on the fact that 99% of the time they're just in a ridiculously unfair match in their favor. And now you enter Injustice, in Injustice, even if you're playing the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 character in the game, you're still going to get fight the number 16 character. You could be playing number 1 versus number 16, and the match will feel even. Whereas Mortal Kombat 9, you're playing Sonya, per se, against Ermac at the highest level. You don't feel anything even. But
Well, Tom, I mean,
I don't think the problem with Injustice is the balance or anything like that. Balance is fine.
I just think that a lot of, I'm not saying the balance, but a lot of people
no, I
are
know,
used
but
to
look,
that.
look,
They're
okay,
used
I
to that
know.
imbalance. You know what I'm saying? They're used to the
No, okay.
Well, I
You're
mean,
saying
look,
okay.
Yeah, I'm just
Go,
gonna say
Dave.
this. I mean, Pig, you used, probably like a top 3 character, right? And you don't think Injustice, what I mean, you still think Injustice is a fun game, despite the fact that Sinestro's obviously nowhere near Kenshi's level, right? And I think it's just, I complain a lot about Deathstroke, about the nerfs, because I think they shouldn't have happened. But even I think, Injustice is a good game. I use Freddy, whatever, Deathstroke, Sinestro. I've recently started using Cyborg. These characters are nowhere near as good as Freddy, but I still think the game is fun.
But also, Pig is what I consider a workaholic. Even though Kenshi was, in my opinion, top 2, there are matches that he does not run over, while he runs over a lot of characters. Cyrax, a good noob, Reptile, Cabal, Kung Lao, obviously, Raiden, Freddy. There are matches that Kenshi.
Wait. I'm throw this out there for humor. Sector.
Sector.
I'm just throwing it out just for fun.
I know. While there are characters.
Smoke honestly might be one of his toughest matchups in Scarlet.
Oh yeah,
Scarlet.
Smoke, I can definitely see Smoke. Yeah.
While there are matches that Kenshi just makes you look like, why are you fighting right now? Why are you even on the screen?
Yeah.
There are matches that Kenshi, you're going to have to put some work in. And Pig, not only he didn't just survive on the unfairness of his character. There were matches where it's going to take more than that, and he put the time in, like against Kung Lao. Put the time in, put the work in, and he rose his Kenshi to that level. There are other Kenshi players out there, and Kenshi, Sonya, we see other Cages out there. We've seen other Freddys out there who do really well in the unfair advantage of their character. But when they're going up against another top player who kind of nullifies their advantage or knows the match enough to where the unfair advantage is not as unfair because you're not truly at that elite level and this guy is, despite the inferiority of his character, then we see those guys crumble despite their top character. But they get really far on the unfair factor. In Injustice, it is almost impossible to get far based on the unfair factor. You will be good or you will get beat, regardless of who's on the screen. And I think that has turned a lot of people off. It gets them frustrated to the point that they say, it's not as fun for me anymore, because they're just not used to having to work. They're all looking for that unfair edge that they had. I feel like a lot of people cried to NRS and demanded a balanced game, a fair game, and they weren't happy when they got one. And I feel like that has caused a lot of the frustration.
Yeah. Well, I think that is a good point. I do think, and say, for example, that list I posted, I firmly believe the 21st character on that list can beat the 3rd character on that list. I mean, I think people are overreacting to that list I made, because I think, honestly, every character on that list, other than like maybe 3 or 4, are tournament viable. They could possibly win a major. Like, I strongly feel that way currently. Could change. But Rio, you said the balance isn't a problem that you see. What do you see could be a problem or annoyance?
This is how I feel. I feel like Injustice, the balance is great. The balance is really good. The game engine is also really solid. And, just the game mechanics, everything is really good. It's just, I don't know, something about it just puts me off a little. Like, I can't sit there and play this game all day. Like, after a few hours, I'll just get bored. And I thought I'd never feel that way with an NRS game, because every single game I played in the past, I would literally sit there and play 24 hours straight. And I feel like this game, I don't know. I feel like things are just too obvious, like too ABC. Like, do this and that here, do this and that. This is your best option in this moment. This moment comes up. This is your best option now. Like, everything is so apparent. And I just feel like it's usually the same thing over and over.
I don't know. I don't. I think you're right. I just think it depends. Like Pig and I, talked. And he's like, I think it depends on a character, whether you can find a character that you're comfortable with. If I asked Pig, would you like this game if Sinestro were not in the game, and he was like, you know what, Dave, that's a good question. I don't know if I would. So I think it's just finding a character,
Yeah.
finding a style that you like, and just playing. I mean, I just don't. That's how I see it, at least.
Yeah, I will say that was the best question I was ever asked about this game because I said about it, thought I was like, I actually don't play Sinestro the same that I played him day one or week one, like when the game came out commercially. I play him vastly different now, and it feels good. Like if I feel good to do what I'm doing now, and I feel like there is some thinking that I'm doing, and then that gives me some positive outlook on the game because at first I didn't think there was going to be in that sense. But on Dave's question, actually, if Sinestro weren't in this game, I actually don't know how much fun I'd be having because there's no other character in this game that I truly enjoy playing. I mean, possibly, maybe Green Lantern, possibly Green Lantern, or I don't know, probably Black Adam. But I don't like any of those two characters. I'd rather beat Green Lantern. I think that's what I hate Green Lantern personally as a character in comic books. I think that's what drove me to Sinestro. I was like, oh, he's the bad guy. Okay, I want him. And that's basically in February what I was thinking. I was like, oh, and he's a zoner. He's got cool looking shit. Cool, I'm good.
Well, let me ask you this then: How much?
I like how his trait makes me think. I think that's the most exciting thing about that character is the trait makes me want to think.
Well, let me ask you a question then. Guys like Rio, it's a good point you brought up that, hey, you like Sinestro, you found a character you really like, you got into him, and you probably wouldn't enjoy the game if you didn't find the character you really got into. Rio is known to be a big MK guy. People have criticized Rio constantly and saying, oh, he doesn't play other games. And Rio's whole thing is not that I can't play other games, it's just I don't get into them. He doesn't get into them. He likes MK, he likes the characters, he gets into the story, he gets into it.
Yeah, anyone who says Rio can't play other games is just a fucking idiot.
Yeah, I mean, I disagree with those guys all the time. But I mean, I feel like, if you don't, I'm a big DC guy. MK9, I feel like I didn't get into as much because I like new characters or fat characters. And MK9 didn't really give me any fat characters, and they didn't give me any new to the franchise, never before mentioned in the story or heard about. Outside of Freddy, who was the last DLC, and by then I was not going to play Freddy. So basically, I didn't really like any of the. I just picked Sub-Zero because Ice Clone, whatever. I didn't really like any of the characters. I didn't find that character that I really got into. DC, I loved. I'm a huge comic fan. Love everything about DC. So I can get into just about any character in this game because I like them all. I mean, I love this game so much because I love all the characters. I love Green Lantern, love Shazam, huge Superman fan, Aquaman, Ares, Sinestro, Black Adam, Doomsday. I mean, I love them all. My comic book collection is absolutely ridiculous. But I feel like, how much do you think maybe people, because they were real, they liked MK and they got into MK, do you feel like how much of the everybody seems the same, or everybody seems to have the same plan, revolves around the fact that they don't really get into their character because, it's not MK, it's DC, they're not big comic guys, so they're not as motivated to really take the extra time to look in depth, so they don't go looking into the extra layer. Do you think that's a possibility?
I don't think that's a big, because if it was like that, then again, why am I bored of MK9 then? If I just play because I like MK.
Yeah,
If it was like that, then I would still be playing MK9 and not being bored of it.
Well, because it's been out for almost 3 years.
Yeah,
it's true.
Well,
still.
Well, I mean, what do you think? Are all the styles as well represented as they were in MK? Like, in MK we had anti-zoners, mobility, rushdown, we had everything. All of these characters were top 10 or top 15. Do we have all of those styles represented in Injustice? What do you guys think?
Go ahead and say it, Dave.
Probably don't have a top zoner.
I think honestly, I think there is zoning. Obviously, I think just saying that there isn't, make me look stupid. But I just think there's zoning, but those characters aren't necessarily like the better characters in the game. That's all I'm gonna say. But I do obviously the game is zoning. Of course it is. Zoning. I wouldn't have zoning. I'm just saying the characters who rely on zoning are not necessarily the better characters in the game. I mean, what do you guys think?
Look, here's what I think. I think that when this game came out, within the first month, all I had to do was read status updates as to Injustice is not good because it's all zoning. There's no depth.
That was
And then-
definitely That
Hold
was,
on.
my
And
God.
then those very same people turned around and said, a month after that, Injustice has no depth. It's all rushed down to 50-50s. Wait a minute. You just told me 30 days ago that it was all zoning and there was no up close game. Now there's no zoning and it's only up close, which tells me people don't know what the fuck this game is yet. And
Well, I think I mean, honestly, you can't really judge the game until all the patching and all the DLCs out. You know, you can sit down, learn the game, and say, you know what? Now we know what the game is about. This is what the game is about. All the characters are out. They're not going to do any more patching. Now we know. I think only then, will you know how the game is truly played. I mean, am I right or wrong? That's just what I think, what will make sense to me.
I don't know. Maybe my judgment on the game's depth is a little biased because I play Batman and Scorpion. In my honest opinion, these are extremely basic cookie cutter characters. Like I've been playing Batman the same as week one. No difference in my overall strategies. Same thing with Scorpion. Day when he was released, I pretty much play him the same, and it just is what it is. And I don't really see them getting anything drastic changed to the game. We're gonna have to come up with all these new super strategies.
Rio, why don't you pick up
That probably could be it.
Rio, why don't you pick up Flash and start playing with the Running Man cancels?
I don't feel like I need to. I mean, I'm fine with
Yeah.
Scorpion and Batman.
Oh, I hear you. That's
For
funny.
real, I don't-
It's kind of like you don't want. That's interesting what you just said. It's like you don't really have a desire to. It's like I have the two characters I know I can win with, but it's boring. But at the same time, these characters might be more interesting, but these characters are better for me to win with. Is that kind of what you're saying?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Batman and Scorpion could win any tournament, so
Yeah,
why switch off them? But I just feel like Batman, it's like the same thing with him, same story. Same thing with
Yeah.
Scorpion. Scorpion,
what do
jump
you-
around, you abuse it.
Yeah.
It's like the same.
What do you think? What do you think about? I know you like. I just played your Wonder Woman like a couple of hours ago. What do you think? Like, do you like her? Like, she seems like.
I do like her, but I feel like she's becoming across the same boat as Batman and Scorpion. It's gonna become me end up doing the same thing with her.
Yeah.
I mean,
To the corner, abuse her, wake up game, etc.
Shield stance in the corner, abuse. Yeah.
she's.
I feel like a lot of
But that-
characters rely on doing the same thing.
but that's every fighting game. When it boils down to it, that's every single one. That's like saying, I feel like I watch JDCR, but Mishimas don't look that fun in Tekken. It seems like all he does is backdash cancel a lot. He knows when to wave dash in, and he abuses electrics. I mean, it's not fun. Every fighting game is that way. Fighting games, good fighting games, are
But
all
I feel
about.
like to me, this game it's more apparent. Like, okay, you should abuse this here because you have no. You shouldn't be using anything else because this option right here is the best to cover this.
You ever watch Marvel and Chris G play? It looks like he's just doing abusing stuff too, but people still love that game. I mean, those are the games that people actually love. Those are usually the better fighting games.
Yeah, but if I'm doing the same strategy over and over, shouldn't someone find a way around it sooner or later?
You
Like,
can find ways. You can find ways.
all right, then
around
why
that.
is my Batman still working when I've been doing literally the same strategy since week one?
Well, the game is
Well,
still
he
very
is one
new.
of- Yeah, and he's one of the better characters, without a doubt. So.
I mean, it takes experience to fight Batman. It takes a lot of experience to fight some of this stuff.
I
I
just
feel
find-
like I just feel like I don't know. I just feel like with Batman, he has strategies that are just they are what they are. You have to play against them, and that's it.
Well, I feel
I
like
don't-
the game is still so new. I feel like, and not everyone has been educated or exposed to everything yet. I don't even think people have had enough time to try to stop everything. Which is why I'm going to sit here and blow myself up again that I'm talking out of my ass saying Scorpion should be banned, because at the same time, for these people that come to me and say, but Tom, this character 10-0's my character, how do I know but that's true? I should be saying to those people, how do you know? I don't think he should be banned. So I'm going to call myself out and say I've changed my opinion on that because I've kind of talking out of both sides of my mouth there. But
Do you guys think we'll have a better understanding where this game's going after Evo?
I think even after Evo, after other tournaments that obviously I can't speak about yet, but I think by the end of the year, by the end of 2013, we'll be looking at this game much differently. I feel like
we'll see. We'll see.
yeah, I feel like more people will have an understanding.
I agree.
Yeah, I feel like more people will have an understanding.
Okay, well, I feel like we're being a little bit negative, and we're just kind of talking about the two, maybe possibly two in-depth topics of the game. Talk about a little bit more entertaining topics about. I'll just get right into it. Tom, do you think because Rico consistently beats Chris G, as in he beat him tonight again at the next level battle circuit, do you think UFGT win was a fraud?
No, I think my ECT win was a fraud.
So you think your win at ECT was a fraud and UFGT was the definitive major, but NLBC proves that Rico is the better player?
No,
What do you think?
obviously that's a joke. I feel like this. I feel like Rico's obviously a solid player. What I feel like is I don't regret that I went to UFGT. I feel like what happens is the game is very new, and there are things you don't know about, and those things are going to beat you right now at this point in the game. And I went back, educated myself on it, and those holes in my game are patched up. And it's funny because it'll end up me laughing down the road saying, hey, remember at UFGT when I didn't know how to fight this stuff, as opposed to me getting exposed by it at EVO or something like that and going, fuck, what am I thinking? How did I not get experience against it?
Yeah.
I feel like, right now in the game, people are going to lose. They don't know how to fight stuff, and they're going to have to take it into the lab. I mean, people are going to lose.
Who started all that rumor crap about UFGT or no? Who said ECT wasn't a real major?
Midwest.
It was said on a commentary. I remember, if I recall correctly, one of the commentators said, "Oh yeah, ECT was a pretty good regional or something like that."
Who said that?
I forgot, but I know it was one of the. I think I know it was someone that lives in Chicago apparently.
Oh, okay, that's interesting. I never knew the origin of that.
And then it went from regional jokes to the local jokes.
You know what's pretty locals. You know what's pretty awesome is one time I was talking to Triforce, arguing with him like a year ago, and he said, "Who are you? Who are you, pig?" And then James MK said something, and he just got second at final round, and I remember him going, "Oh, that was a local."
Wow, dude,
that was awesome. I love that. Like Triforce had no idea.
Have you guys ever seen?
Wait, why would Triforce downplay my win? So what are you saying? I want a local?
No, well, at the time we were arguing about PL, and I was talking about it was after he lost, got ninth or whatever at Columbus, and then I came on there and said something about it, vice versa, whatever, and he said, well, what have you done? It's like, well, James said he got second in final round a month ago. He's like, oh, that's a stupid local. That didn't even matter. That's not a major. And I was like, what do you mean it's not a major? It really is.
Yeah, Triforce.
Dude, that was literally a year or two ago. Something like that.
Peg, have you ever seen that movie District 9?
That's Triforce. Triforce. That was his starring role. Yeah.
Yeah, the guy that's like, give me that arm.
I told you I would find you.
I'm going to take that arm and eat it.
I'm going to eat it to become the ultimate weapon.
That guy looks like Triforce.
Some guy ran into Triforce at a coffee shop and wrote the script of that movie.
I feel like the whole fraud major thing or me losing. I mean, everyone's going to lose. Chris G. It's
dumb. It's 280 man majors, both very impressive.
230 man major, sir. 230 man. Let's be serious here.
Okay, end of story. It was extremely awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it's only a fool would think that they're not going to run into something in this game and lose, and only a fool would have too much pride to say I don't know and not learn. And I'm not that fool. I have no problem admitting I don't know something, and I am not ashamed to lose and learn and then overcome something. So, I mean, I think it'll be interesting because I think we're going to see a lot of these things throughout the course of the game until at least the game has reached its first year, and a lot of stuff is kind of like more common practice and known about as far as muscle memory, what each character can do, what each character can't do. And then I kind of feel like, we'll have a little more consistency in the game.
Tom, are you going to win CEO?
I hope not, because I'd hate to see Jabrali's tournament labeled as a fraud major.
Wait, speaking of this, who's all going? Are you going for sure?
Another local.
I'm 1,000% confirmed for a Midwestern Championship, which I will not sadly defend my title this weekend because 16-bit will be there. So I'm already. It's literally the battle for second place this Saturday. I will be at CEO, and I will be at Evo, and I'll be at Fall Classic, and any other high-profile tournament after that.
I think that CD Junior will win CEO.
With Superman, really?
Superman?
Yeah, I know there's been a lot of talk about Junior. He's stuck in tournaments, stuck in this. I had the privilege to play Junior, and my pride got the better of me. I underestimated him. He is a phenomenal player with Superman. Great spacing, great control. I really see him taking this tournament. To be honest with you, he's a really good player.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Rio, are you going?
I don't have a ticket for CEO. I don't have a ticket for Evo, so no.
Wait, I thought you were going to Evo though.
If I get a ticket, yeah.
Yeah, Triforce. Rolando was gonna, Triforce.
I mean, we're like 3 weeks away, and we don't have a ticket.
Jesus.
So that tournament that people get prepared for 6 months ahead of time. And I'm just saying, I would be a little concerned.
Yeah, but Junior's there. I'm going to be there. Tom's going to be there. Big D, of course, is going to be there, trying to defend his hometown. I know Gamer Blake's going. He recently signed up. Some of the California guys are going. I think Godspeed's going.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's going CEO. There's going to be PR Balrogs be there.
And the champion of the world, Chris G.
Oh yeah, Chris G. Chris G. Will be there. I'm trying to think.
Who's from GGA?
I think GGA Waffles is going. 16-bit's going. PL's going, of course.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to think who else.
Can Waffles ever make top 8 without smoke?
No. Well, actually, no. I take that back. At MK, at CEO, he possibly can. All you gotta do is win one match.
No, I'm talking about Injustice. Can he win? Can he ever be like as good as he is in MK? For Injustice, though. He's a Green Lantern player, right? Isn't he?
I'm gonna say Waffles has a long road ahead of him in Injustice if he keeps playing.
Okay.
I'm gonna say he has no chance in hell making top 16. I'm calling Waffles out. Yeah, I'm calling him out.
Wow.
He's a smoke player. I got all right. So I have no. I don't know. I don't care how I talk to smoke players or frost players. Like, let me go ahead and make something clear. If you're a frost player and I beat you in tournament, I don't care if you're 11 years old. I'm gonna pop off. I'm guaranteeing it right now. Even if you're 11 years old, possibly a broken leg, something like that, I will pop off in your face.
Wow.
Not in your face. That's rude. I will pop off away from you to try to be a little respectful. But I don't care if you're 88-year-old grandmother with a heart problem. I will pop off if you play Frost, and I beat you.
You hate that character.
I hate that character. I said last night that I told this story, which I'm not going to repeat on this podcast, but me and my wife got into a conversation about something. I'm not going to tell the story on the podcast. I'll tell you guys later. You guys will find it funny. And it led to a conversation where my wife was like, well, what if I cosplay and go to these tournaments with you guys? And she's like, well, I was like, well, what would you cosplay? She's like, well, I would cosplay Frost. I think that Frost character looks pretty cool. And I just snapped. I snapped uncontrollably. Like I lost, like usually I separate video games, life, music, whatever I'm doing in my life. But it all just hit one nuclear bomb when she said that. And I just snapped on her. I was like, you will not fucking cosplay Frost. And I just went funny. Yeah, I went kind of nuts, and then I explained to her why I hate her. I was like, you remember how much I used to bitch about Cabal? And it's like, she knows who Rio is just because of Cabal. And I was like, you remember how much I used to complain about Cabal? I was like, this doesn't come close to Frost. I was like, I went on and on. It's pointless to try to recreate that because I can't. It's spur of the moment.
So you're saying that you dislike Frost, you hate the character because mostly of 16-bit, I guess, because he's the one I guess who made you aware that she's that good. Because everybody else you were blowing up, right?
Hold on, I want to say one thing. Myself and Rio get thrown under the bus for we didn't know about Frost before the game even came out. Myself and Rio have always said the only character we're afraid of is Killer Frost.
When did
Who
I
at that
say?
point-
When did I say that? Who said
Well,
that?
people at UFGT were saying that, and we said because she is the most random character, she can random you out.
Dude,
Somebody,
I thought I knew Frost. That's where my hate
No,
for this character
no.
came from.
I knew Frost, and I knew Frost could random you out. I mean, I thought I had to save low scoop that at least helped me with that. But
It's
even
like
now,
Go ahead.
no matter what tools you had against it, myself and Rio always knew once you get hit once, the party begins, and you may never recover from it. We've
Exactly.
always
We
known
were
that.
calling her we were calling her the most random character back then. The most scrubbiest character, and now she's been replaced by Scorpion. That's why we don't want to talk about her that much. Scorpion is now ahead of that title. He's now the most scrubbiest character.
I mean, of course, she can be. Do you get hit once? You can take all the preventative measures you want against her, especially if whatever the rumors are true that she's getting fixed.
I will say
Right.
this: I have trained Saya Strike in Atlanta, the ways of 16-bit, and I will say he is by far the second best Frost ever. Like he is the second best Frost right now, just because I taught him you have to play that character like an absolute disrespectful cunt, and that's how you have to play her. Like all these Frost players I play online, they do all these like pretty setups, and they give you these holes to get out of and backdash out of, and
Yeah,
they're zoning.
I
They're
don't understand all
zoning
that
you.
stupid pressure, the trade.
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
do 50-50s. That's all you
Exactly. Like when I play Frost players, they're doing forward 1-1 trade, forward 1 trade, forward 1. Like what the fuck are you doing? Like you're just giving me a chance to push block or get out, or I mean,
Why would you never just forward 3 or slide? Like, what
exactly.
are you
And
trying to do?
they don't get it, and I think that's my hate with Frost. Is like the players are the problem. I play them, and I'm like, okay, this character is not that bad. 5'5", 6'4", I'm pretty good. And then I go out to UFGT and I play what a real Frost looks like. And after hearing all this bullshit online and on TYM from top tourney players who say,
Wait a minute.
she's got bad matchups.
Brant, man, look, Pig, I consider you a very educated individual.
Where are you
And
going with this?
You are literally, Dave. Okay, you won't understand this, Pig. Dave, Pig is making the comparison. A Killer Frost he played is like 5.0 Steve, and now Killer Frost is more like DR Steve. You understand what I'm saying,
Yeah.
Dave? It's not the same character, but he is. You know what I'm saying? He is viewing them in the same. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it's like a Killer Frost. You fought a Killer Frost with the OTG BS in the game. Are you a character that is going to take full damage?
But Tom.
No, I
Her
still
meta
see
game,
her. Shit.
Tom. Her meta game is the same, man.
Yeah, but
She-
It's the
no,
same.
but
Doesn't matter.
Thomas,
Okay,
look, so,
she
hold
needs
on, Dave,
4
Dave,
mix
stop,
up to
Dave,
kill
Dave,
you.
Dave, stop. You're not understanding what Thomas is saying. 16-bit's metagame revolved around shit that does not exist anymore. His whole game was
No,
about
and I
meterless
agree.
damage into meterless trap escapes that did not exist anymore.
Dude, you act like I didn't play the fool, and he beat me like every fucking game when I
just
played.
saying,
I
that
couldn't win
shit
one
that
match.
went
I
to
know what he
tournament
was
Killer
doing.
Frost, that's not
Dude,
there
I played
anymore.
him. I know what he was doing.
I'm just saying that strategy that he did
My
before
point
is
is,
not there anymore.
16-bit is a good player. He's adjusted his meta game. It's not the same anymore because he's taken these changes into consideration. But
No, I understand that, but I'm
you went
saying
from
like,
playing you went from playing a Killer Frost to which is going to take 33% from you without meter, and then going to dash up and 50-50 you, no meter required, and be totally safe about it. She's getting damage, and you have no options,
No.
zero options.
That
No,
was a joke. I don't say
I-
anyone cannot get top 8 with a character that has shit like that. I'm
That's
just
what I'm
saying that is just ridiculous.
Well, I'm not
This-
gonna throw him under the bus
No, I'm
like
not throwing
that
him on the bus. I'm
because
just saying that's just the most insane
no,
thing I've ever
but
heard.
let me.
he
also
lost
say
to
this.
he lost to his two closest friends, his two sparring partners.
I'm telling you right now, if I play a Frost player, I'm going to Metropolis Rooftop, and I'm going to look you in the eye when I do it. I want them to see the anger.
This is what I wanted to bring up. This is what I feel like. Okay, like I said, hold on. Listen. Let me. I want to bring this up really quick because we bypass this. We know Killer Frost is. The bottom line is the fact of the matter is this: you can take preventative measures against Killer Frost, but no matter how many preventative measures you take, once she hits you, you don't get out until she guesses wrong, and there's no risk to her guessing wrong.
There's no consequence.
So,
That's what
yes.
I mean, though. Just real quick. That's what I mean. Though. As long as her slide is safe, as long as her overhead is safe, and as long as she can reset you, it almost doesn't matter what her other tools are, because that just these three things alone will almost mean she's top 10 at the very, very worst. So I'm not saying it's wrong, and I don't care like she's top. I'm just saying that people need to. That's your meta game. 50
And
50
I
piece of
agree. I
preset
agree with you.
and
But
safe
you
slide.
see,
Everything else
you
almost doesn't
see,
matter.
But that's
I
not what her
agree.
metagame was back then.
I understand that. I'm saying like I'm just saying as long as she has those
35%
three.
meterless knockdown.
Rio, I know.
Dude.
I'm just saying as long as she has those three things. Doesn't matter
I
if
know
her
that.
fucking
I'm
jab
saying,
is 100 frames. Doesn't
I know
matter.
that.
As long
I
as she
know
has those
that.
three, she's
but
fine.
I agree with you. I'm just saying you guys are just you're not looking at it correctly.
yeah, and I
It's
want
two
to
different
segue,
characters.
and I want to use this to segue into this. Something Pig just said, and Dave just said. If I play Killer Frost, I'm always going to pick Metropolis Rooftop. This is where I wonder, because we brought up Scorpion, and originally my initial thought was he needs to whatever. Which again, I'll just say I was totally out of bounds on that one, and I want to say I don't really agree with saying he should be banned or whatever. But because of that stage rule where loser picks, I feel like that makes Scorpion unfair because he
No,
has
it should be
way.
loser picks. It should definitely be loser picks.
I say it should be random stage.
No,
Exactly.
no.
No, I agree.
That
Random
just-
all the
that would just
time.
make the
Random
whole
all the
thing
time.
random as hell. No, because look, you have to understand. If you're in a tournament first to two with a Scorpion player, you play first match is the random stage. Okay, that you happen to win that match. Next, he picks a stage, whatever, mops you up. Okay, fine, 1-1. Now you get to pick your stage, and now you can beat him. However, if you have it the other way, where it's both players random, okay, random stage, God forbid you fucking lose. Now you got to guess again. He goes to 50-50 along with you, and it's random again.
No
You better
50-50. Random stage.
The background.
Let the game select. The
exactly.
game will select it
No,
for
that's
you.
that's dumb. You wanna know why? Because then
Why?
people would be like, "Yo, I play these two characters. Hold up. Before I go with what character I want to play, let me just look at that random stage in the background so I can see." And then they'll just do that. Stupid.
I've already planned that.
That is
Like,
so stupid.
I have already planned that. You're absolutely right. I'm fully committed on picking Scorpion on some stages if I see that background.
Exactly. That's such a joke. It's like, oh, I got the random. Oh, I got the stage
Yep.
I want to play on. So
Oh,
I'm
okay,
going-
I see what you're saying.
Oh, I got this stage. Oh, I'm going back to this character. Like, it's
Yep.
just dumb.
I don't like loser picks.
Here's
Like who the
Look.
fuck is going to pick Nightwing on Metropolis Rooftop and it's random?
It goes to show like, okay, the stage is saying I need to play these kind of characters.
Okay.
Look,
Sure,
if
okay.
the random stage did not show what the hell the random stage is going to be, that would be perfect. But what I just
Alright,
wish it
okay.
wouldn't show it.
No, you make a. What about this? Should we consider banning interactables?
No.
No, it's just is what it is. No, you ban
It's-
interactables and characters like Killer Frost become fucking retarded. Hell
I
out
know,
of
but
here.
if everybody's bitching and nobody can agree on a stage select rule, then something has to be
No,
done.
here's the thing. Random stage shouldn't show you what the random stage is going to be. It should be random for a reason, not, oh, we're going to this stage. Hurry up, choose
Oh.
your character.
Tell MRS to make it like that. I don't know.
There should be an option to put hidden stage.
Well, look, the only reason why I say this is because every character in the game has got to deal with the interactables in some way, shape, or form, except for one. And to give that player the option to pick the fucking stage is retarded.
No, because because if you end up beating the Scorpion in that one match, that you have it. You now have a chance to actually beat him because you get to choose a stage if he happens to beat you again. However, if you don't beat him and it's just random, then you're just gambling on what the game decides.
Okay, how about this way? I like Evo's rules. Evo's rules, people don't pay attention. People think Evo's rules are loser picks the stage. That is not Evo's rules. Evo's rules are if you can select the stage unless you want to select your character, then you have to do random stage. You cannot select the stage if you select your character.
So if
You
you
know.
let's say for example you lost a match with Batman and you want to choose the Nightwing, you can't choose the Nightwing and choose your stage. You got to choose one or the other.
Yeah. Yes.
That's fine.
So I'm
But
saying
my
should we
main
keep
gripe
those
is
rules?
I don't like how quote unquote random stage tells you what stage you're gonna be on. It's not random.
Okay, here's why I say this. Say PS playing someone in a tournament, and he's Batman. He wins one game, loses the next game. Goes to Scorpion, wins and eliminates that player. This stage will be random. So that player cannot say, "Oh, I lost because PL picked the stage," or whatever. You lost because he was better than you, and the game picked the stage for you.
Okay, but here's the thing. Here's another scenario. Okay, let's say PL plays someone, beats someone first with Batman, right? Next match loses. He goes to player select. Let's say he looks at the background of a random stage, and it's a stage with Scorpion favors, he's like, yeah, I'm gonna switch my character to Scorpion now. If he sees the stage is not random, he'll just go with Batman, or he'll just
But
choose. It's just
That's the game. I mean, the
But-
game selected the stage. He didn't select the stage. The game selected it.
then it's
And
not a
he
random
went-
stage. It's just playing like preset stages. Like, oh, we're gonna
no,
go on
he
this stage.
went- when he went to stage select, he will have already decided he was going to pick Scorpion.
I don't like how I just don't like how. Oh, I lost. Damn, we gotta go to random stage. Look at the screen now. I can't play these characters now because we're forced to play on this stage. There's no.
Yeah, I mean, it's also, why is the stage
Like-
like on the screen? It should be like, you know, a blank or something. It should be
Your background,
random,
just like
random.
a DC background. Yeah.
That ruins the.
Yeah.
That, in my opinion, makes that just. It's a big loophole within that.
Yeah.
Do you think that could be changed?
Probably.
I think they should include a random stage, a question mark stage.
Yeah, I would say
Yes.
that too. Random
It's
question
good.
mark
It's
stage.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
good. It's a good
NRS
point.
should include a question because here's why I'm looking at it.
That's a good point. That would fix a lot of problems.
I bring up PL because people are always criticizing this guy. I mean, they're always criticizing him, and he's known to have multiple characters. And people will nitpick at anything Carl does, which I think is unfair. Now, I could see a situation where he starts out with Batman or Superman, goes 1-1, the last game, picks Scorpion, picks the stage. And instead of people giving him his props, they want to say, oh, you know what? This dude, he had to select the stage on me. This character avoids interactable. So, and he abuses certain aspects of the interactable.
Yeah, but that whole scenario is based on PL winning the first game. What if he doesn't win the first game? What
I know,
the
but
first-
my whole point is, and I'm only bringing this up because he plays like 10 different characters. So my point is that he won because he was the better player, but people just they don't feel like they feel somehow in their heart that they were cheated by this guy as if he did something wrong when he was just following the tournament rules. If you say random stage though, and when he beats you
I
with
mean,
Scorpion,
that's what people are already doing anyway.
I know, but hold on, but when PSP's playing somebody, and he beats them with Scorpion, and they want to complain and say, "Dog, that fucking stage, man. If I'd have got any other stage, I think I could have won." But you can't blame him. He's just playing on the random stage they gave you. He didn't pick the stage. The computer picked the stage, and he was better, so he won. You know, I mean, I feel like the rules should be as they are, as evil rules are, and I think they need to be enforced. If you want to change your character, you should not be able to change your character.
I think
and
the
change
fairest way to
stage.
do this would be like this. You get to choose if you lose to choose your stage or character. But when you go back, okay, but if you opt to choose a character and you go back to the stage, it doesn't. Whatever stage is on the back right now, it doesn't matter. You tell whatever character you're choosing. Then you guys back out. You go back into versus mode, and then that's a new stage you play on with the character you selected before that. That way you can't do that stupid bullshit where you see the stage and go like, I'm gonna go with this character here. I'm gonna get the character switch, and I got the lucky stage. It's just like a big gamble.
Or how about NRS just like, I don't know, patches, you know, like just
Yeah,
I
I
don't
don't
another
think I'm just saying this is just something we could
no,
do.
no, I know. I'm just saying like it will make a lot more. All these problems will be solved with just a random stage select. You know, there will be no issues whatsoever.
I agree with that, but for right
But do
now,
you think
I
that they can code that? I mean, I don't know.
I think-
I don't know. I
Think
mean,
it's
you
too
guys. I mean, you guys. This is the game. I don't know the guys, but
I think for right now, I think that there should be like a button you hit that automatically circles the stage, like up and start, like old random select and old MK games, and it goes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, like that, and the game randomly picks the stage. I think that would be fine.
that will be yes.
But for the time being, I think we go with EVA rules because, like I said,
Okay, but we have to add something to the rule though, because it has something that you're able to abuse within that system.
but there's nothing we can do about that until
No, we can
Yeah,
do something
that's
about
true.
that. We can do this. Look, if you want to go choose your character, when you go to character select, you tell your opponent or the judge or whoever, I'm gonna choose this character. Once you say, okay, I'm switching my character to this character, you guys back out and go into.
So what
versus
you're
mode,
saying
and
is
that's-
you're saying is before you select player select, you let
No,
someone know
no, go to player
preemptively.
select. No, you go to
Yeah,
player select first because you got to see what stage it is.
No, I would say you say before you even select player select that you say whether you're going to pick the stage or the character.
Actually,
Like, for example,
that would actually save time. Actually,
For example, let's hypothetically say MLG picks up. You know, MLG always has a judge standing behind you.
Yeah.
Let's say MLG picks up Injustice. That after you lose, before you go to player select, you would tell the judge select character or new stage. You know, so this way the judge would know. You see what I'm saying?
yeah, but you would
Something
say
like
on
that.
that spot right there, like, okay, I want to change up a character. I want to go to this character. So when you go to character select, you know, you can't do that bullshit where you see what stage is in the background. Then you want to go for that character that'll you know do well in that stage, and you get a win-win because you're getting the stage and the character switch. That's bullshit.
Well, Pig, what do you think about this, man? How do you feel?
I agree that it needs to be some kind of random switch where you go to the after you pick your character, you hit up and start, and it does random. Or they need to change the background where it doesn't show the future stage, and it has just a generic DC background. Maybe just anything, you know.
Yeah, except the damn stage, right? Anything. Except,
anything but the stage. Yeah, and then it just or do the question mark thing, and it does it for you. Just picks a random stage. I think that would fix the whole problem. I'm not comfortable. I mean, hold on. Let me take that back. I am comfortable going to the character select screen, match number 1, and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to use Sinestro, and then I see Rooftop Metropolis is the first stage. I'm like, fuck that. Here comes Scorpion. Like, I will definitely do it. I'll do it in a second. I'll drop Sinestro like a heartbeat for that first match just to get the Scorpion thing. And if I win the first one, then he picks like Batcave or some shit. And let's say I lose it. Okay, then I'll go to Sinestro, and I'll whatever. It's so.
You know, it's so funny. Ironically, Metropolis Rooftop is so good. That Scorpion's teleport punch still gets hit by the blast radius of the interactable. So if you meter burn it, he gets hit by it anyway. So even Scorpion can't escape Metropolis Rooftop.
Or they could just fix Metropolis Rooftop.
Are they fixing it?
No, I'm just saying.
Just find the next stupid stages to use.
I was just saying,
Yeah,
that
true.
was brought to my attention actually by PL when I was talking about interactables with him. He brought up Metropolis Rooftop, and I was like, "Oh, okay, I didn't know that." So again, my arguments about Scorpion being unfair are probably stupid, and I should probably shut my mouth about it from now on. But I do feel like in general there needs to be a stage rule because we got ECT, which had one stage rule, UFGT, which had the 50-50 rule, CEO has the loser picks rule, and now EVO has a different set of rules. So now we have 4 tournaments with 4 different sets of rules. And it would be so much easier if NetherRealm, I mean, the easiest thing would be just to put it up and start and have the cursor randomly, whatever. It doesn't require new graphics, nothing. It just makes the cursor randomly circulate onto a stage. But I feel like until that happens, we should go with the rule set that Evo has. I think that's the
With a
most
slight tweak.
fair.
They thought NRS thought they did fix it and address it by putting the 50-50 in, but we're not choosing to use it. I think 50-50 is possibly the best right now. I would say first match 50-50, second match loser picks, and third match loser picks. You know, if there's a third match.
First stage is random.
Yeah, I mean,
then they look at the background. They're like, oh,
yeah, we just said why that's not a good idea. Like that's why random is not a good idea.
50-50 kills the game because every power character would go to Metropolis Rooftop.
But it's a 50-50 coin flip. I mean,
playing on random stages of macro. Let me go to this character.
I mean, it's like we said, it's 50-50. I mean, you could lose the 50-50. Oh God, you know.
I don't want to see the tournaments played on the same 2 stages for eternity.
Yeah, it's like with MK with the rooftop.
The pit and rooftop.
Yeah, exactly. That's like all
every stage was pit and rooftop, pit and rooftop, pit and rooftop. Every single stage was pit and rooftop.
Exactly. Like zoners pick rooftop, rushdown getters pick.
It doesn't matter. We're not casual players. We don't care about seeing different stages.
But you know, it's dumb. I mean, I feel like we should go by.
Sure, in MK, I'd love to see the armor because that was my favorite stage. But whatever.
Yeah, me too.
It's about playing your opponent's character.
I think it's not. It's actually not that. Whoever mentioned the up plus start whatever. That sounds something reasonable that they can implement. It's not that difficult. Like I said, they don't need new graphics. They don't need anything. No new coding. Just up plus start picks a random stage, and that all of these issues will be solved like immediately.
I'm actually going to email Ed Boon tonight about that.
I
Just
really think loser getting to choose stage keeps it consistent and lessens out the randomness.
I know, but what like if I'm talking about Rio, wouldn't you prefer random select?
Of
Random.
course, but I'm saying for right now, for what
No, okay, that's fine. I'm just saying.
that
Oh.
having it loser choose really keeps it consistent because you don't want to play a game and be like random stage 50, 50s, 50, and then you lose both of them, and then you're like, wow, this motherfucker just won both stages. I could have at least, we could have kept it fair and had.
That's
good
true.
choices.
I mean, at Civil War, myself and Rio 50-50 that first set, and I won every single one. Was Atlantis?
Exactly. I mean, it makes it more random. So I'm saying keep it consistent at least. So if you lose, okay, fine, you get your stage. And when I lose, I get my stage. Whatever.
Hey,
Right,
do you
let
guys
me,
think that? Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna put Tom on blast about something, but if you have something more important to say, go ahead.
No,
Oh,
put me
no,
on
no.
blast.
No, go ahead. Because I mean, I
Okay.
was just gonna say if you guys want to talk about something else, I got another
All right.
topic. But go ahead. Go
put
ahead.
me on-
I was, like whatever, browsing MKU for
Oh wait,
whatever.
let me say something. Okay, so Dave and I were browsing MQ because we like to go to MK sites and just see what's about. And we came across Tom Brady in another thread, in a clan thread that wasn't the New 52 Mafia. He was in another clan called Mystic Clan, and his name under this clan was Mystic Alice. Can you please explain yourself?
Yeah. There's this one online guy who constantly messages me 100 million billion, like the amount of money Dr. Evil asked for, that's how many times he has messaged me. And I keep saying, look, I don't get involved with clans. I don't do clan wars. I don't care about the whole online experience. I talk to Sonic Fox about that kind of stuff, man. I'm not an online warrior. I don't. That's why I love Sonic Fox. He admits he's an online warrior and he's proud of it. I love that kid. But I told him I'm not interested, man. And he's just like, please, it means so much to me. And I'm like, it's just, I'm sorry, man. It's just not my thing, man. I won't do it. Because also, if I get involved with, and my whole thing is if I get involved with one, then someone else is going to be like, Tom, help out my clan. And if I'm just like, I don't really do that kind of thing. Yes, you do. You just don't like us. You're too Hollywood for us. You did it for them. And I don't ever want to get into that. So finally, after turning him down like 1,000 times, he says to me, look, man, it would really mean a lot to me. I don't have any money to travel. All I have is a clan battle. No one would know. I wouldn't tell anybody. Just make some random name. No one will know it's you.
You chose
have to-
Mystic Alice. Come
No.
on, Alice.
He's like, nobody would even have. I mean, that wasn't even the name I really chose. I was just throwing it out there as possibilities.
Man.
Hold on, I hadn't even
Alice.
Hold on,
Dude.
Hold on, stop.
This is awesome.
Stop. I hadn't even made the name yet, and I said maybe I may make it this. I don't know. I haven't made it yet. I haven't decided yet. The minute I told him I would help him in one clan battle, which was to be anonymous, this guy goes on MKU and not only says I'm helping out in clan battles, but says that I'm joining the Mystic Clan. And I didn't even know about this. Crystal Cage actually told me, and I was like, what? So I had to go to MKU. And I was just like, look, dude, why would you tell me no one has to know and then come on MKU and post? That not only have I, does everyone know now, but that I'm actually joining your clan for leveling up and clan battles. And I'm like, absolutely not. And he's saying that he misunderstood, that he was just excited that I said I would join. And I agreed to it because, this guy seemed to be a pretty big supporter, said he has no money to travel. All he has is clan battles. And I understand that the opportunity.
Okay, Tom, that's all
hold
fine.
on,
But
let me
why
finish,
did you
let me
destroy
finish.
the clan though? Like it looked like 30 minutes later that clan like Mr. Melina's leaving. I don't know, Goldfish saying she's not satisfied. Like, why did you destroy the clan though?
Dude, Dave, let me tell you, when you use the name Alice is a powerful tool. You can't destroy around Alice places. When Alice goes places, things die, okay? Unfortunately for this Mystic clan, they took in Alice. You don't take in Alice with anything unless you know what you're dealing with.
You ever see Resident Evil? Who survives Alice?
Exactly.
Everybody dies.
They took in Alice. It was done. They died. They didn't know how to control it. They didn't know what they were getting to.
The disease
That's
spread.
that.
The T virus spread.
So
to the clan.
is the clan dead for real
It's
now?
done. Alice was.
I don't know why. From what I read, I went back and I straightened it out. The guy talked to me and he said, "Look, I was really excited. I agreed because, like I said, this guy's a big supporter. You know, if it wasn't for my supporters, I wouldn't get the opportunities with Prima, with MLG that I've got. With, right, anything going forward, a lot of my supporters help put me in those positions. So I don't mind giving back to people that support me so much. But he told me that he misunderstood, that even though he did in fact tell me it would be anonymous, that because I didn't say so, make sure it's anonymous, even though, I mean, to me, it's common sense. I mean, you tell someone it's going to be anonymous and they say, okay, I'll agree. You keep it anonymous. I mean, so I went and I cleared it up and I was like, look, you know, he didn't try to deceive anybody or whatever. He literally just got too excited and decided to whatever. He apologized for it. So be it. But I think what got guys like Mr. Molina and Goldfish or whatever, they were like, dude, you told somebody it's going to be anonymous and you don't have the common sense to say a marquee player who wants to be left alone, you don't think you should not put their name?
Who is this guy? Who is this guy?
MKU, Mystic Ticer.
Mr. Tyser. I mean, and, you know, I mean,
Dude, no, this is unacceptable. This, you don't. First of all, you don't join any clan wars for anyone else when you're New 52 Mafia. Second of all, this poor soul.
Hold on.
Hold on. No, wait.
Just 1 second. But people don't even know what 52 Mafia is.
Hold on, wait. We'll
get
get into that. We'll get into that. But hold up. This poor soul is over there playing fun online clan battles, and what does Tom do? He summons Alice and gives him Alice, and then that clan crumbled. That was the end of that. You might as well tell him to make a new name and just come back as a new person, because that's after Alice was done with that shit, there's nothing left.
I mean, did the clan, is it really destroyed now? I mean,
Unbelievable, dude. That shit is dead. Alice just shotgun.
Wow.
Sword shot.
I mean, he should have.
Quarters everywhere. I walk in the thread, coins fired.
He should have known better. The new 52 Mafia is the collection of myself, Dave, and Rio.
What about Pig? What about Pig? Is Pig supposed to be in there too?
We shouldn't be telling people about this clan yet, because it's
myself and
supposed to be me.
myself and Rio are a special team. We're Team Alice. Like we'll challenge at any tournament.
We shouldn't be telling anyone about this. No one should be knowing about this.
People know about Team Alice. They already know.
Alice. You never talk about Alice. You never tell anyone about Alice, because
People
Alice
know.
will kill people.
But we threw Dave in there, for the the throat slitting and chopping the hands off to make sure that they don't identify the fingerprints or whatever, and we threw Dave in there for that. So myself, Dave, and Rio are the new 52 Mafia, and it's just because just like myself and Rio, we're sparring partners, and Dave plays with us a lot online. So at tournaments, it's just because, like I found that at UFGT, once you don't play Sub-Zero anymore and you can win, people are going to treat you like shit. And they're not gonna treat you ever.
No shit.
So, I mean, you need people to sit there and get games with.
Also, I just want to retract one of my statements earlier, so certain someone doesn't get all emo and, becomes an animal in the background. Anyway, I just want to say, I take back what I said about 60-bit not being able to win pre-patch Monster Killer Frost. It's just annoying when you have to hear, me playing Cabal and MK9, how I have to hear, you lost with Cabal here, you played the best character. Well, you played the best character, and you didn't make top 8, so you could hold that shit.
I mean, but 16-bit, we talked afterwards, and he was like, dude, he apologized for whatever, but because things got really hostile. And,
even I we had drama too. But I have nothing against him. He's a good person.
Yeah, I just
want to say, 16-bit, don't take what I said earlier to heart. It's just whatever.
Yeah, I don't have anything against those guys. I mean, to be honest, 16-bit and Dizzy, they let me stay at their place, which allowed me to be in NetherRealm for the time. When I come in town for stuff, they usually put me up there, and the guys at GGA always take really good care of me. So, I mean, and it was cool that at least I got to end the weekend with me, Dizzy, and 16-bit going out and getting pizza.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Let me just
until they run
let
the
me-
stock market.
let me ask you all guys a question before we head out. Where would each single one of you rank Deathstroke? Pick, go.
Oh God.
15.
I'm not
So
yelling.
you think mid tier?
Mid tier, yeah. 14 or 15, yeah.
Okay, Rio,
Upper mid tier, lower half of high tier.
Tom.
Again, I'm sticking with the I don't really know anything definitively whatsoever.
Tom, man, stop.
Shut up.
I don't know. Isn't it funny? I talked out of both sides of my mouth this entire podcast. I would say he's really high.
Dude. You think he's really that high?
Okay, Dave, where would you place Deathstroke?
Low mid tier.
Low mid tier with Ares and Harley. Are you sure?
All right, mid tier.
Mid tier with Shazam and Bane. Are you
Dude,
sure?
but I see some fools in the forum saying he's top tier. Who the hell thinks that anymore?
I think he's top tier.
Top tier.
I think at the worst he's lower of the high tier.
Dude, he's not that good anymore.
Not that good anymore. Why?
His best move got nerfed by 10 frame.
So what? You still have characters can't attack you on wake up. You still have the best
Dude,
wake up game.
This guy Dave, man, is the
That's
salt.
You still have that ridiculous option select wake up bullshit.
This
I-
guy
You
Dave.
have the
Dude.
best forward 3 in the game. You have a good jumping attack.
Dude, even
you have
Dude,
50-50s.
even Pig said Sinestro is better now. He's a better zone. That's what Pig said.
I do
Hey,
think
but-
Sinister's better.
Dave, guess what? Deathstroke isn't a pure zoner. Of course, when you compare him to a pure
Yeah.
zoner, you're
No,
true.
but Pig said he's better overall too. It's not just about zoning.
depends on the matchup.
Why do people fall for them? I'm watching Wednesday Night Fights. Why do people fall
Yeah,
for
me
this
too.
cat? Why do they fall for the Catwoman cross up?
Like what? The cat dash?
Just
Hold down.
hold down.
Like, explain the cross up to the people who don't know.
The cross up is she does it at a certain timing where it actually hits the other side of your body.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's like like Shazam's Psycho Crusher.
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
there's
Sort of,
Shazam's
sort of,
different.
sort of.
but Shazam's is an overhead
Yeah.
though.
Okay.
This
Oh
is
yeah, yeah,
not.
yeah. But it's
So
like
you can, yeah, you
There's
can.
no reason to cross people with Catwoman. There's no mix up.
Yeah. I mean, she can always do her overhead, but you're
True.
always at that overhead low mix up anyway.
What do you guys think
Oh.
about her? Like, honestly, what do you guys think about her? There's a lot of discussion on my tier list thread about
I
her.
don't know. I feel like she's underrated by some and overrated by others.
Yeah, me too. I feel like she is.
Thrown around.
I feel like she is the Melina of the game, where
No.
she can't. Well, hold on. I felt like she came out and people thought she was. Well, Crazy Bone thought she was like number 1, number 2, and she's got like sort of the same mix-ups. I don't know. She
Well-
she seems like once you figure her out, it's not that bad.
I don't know how anyone can think she's number 1 or 2. That's
Crazy Bone.
God bless his heart.
Block.
I mean-
I'm watching him right now. Speaking of watching him right now, when did Crazy Bone become Combat Network Crazy Bone?
Combat Network.
He's KNEGP Crazy. That just happened.
Why is he sponsored at? Wait.
I'm asking. I don't know. You can look at Wednesday Night Fights right now. It says KNEGP
It
Crazy.
does.
When did that happen?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
First
He's maybe
first-
just representing Combat Network.
First VSM like falls apart. Now KN is crazy.
KN migrated to West. I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
Well, let's go. I want to talk about Catwoman because I don't know much about her. Like, what are her best tools? I know she has a 50-50 mix
Forward
up.
1 and back 1.
Yeah, her mix-ups, her low and overhead mix-ups.
So she's like all about that pretty much.
What's that cartwheel? It's plus it's like 7 on block or 6.
Dude, why is Bone
One-
not clashing? What is
one-
wrong with this guy?
1 forward 2.
Oh my god, I'm watching this. And it's not gonna make sense if people listen to this later, but
Yeah, I just I don't
he
know.
didn't clash. He didn't clash. He had full meter.
Yeah, in any event.
Oh wait! Hold on a second. It was rigged. No, I was kidding. I was kidding.
Guys,
I'm joking.
can we get to the bottom of something?
Yes.
What is all this fake force type with MK9? Is that the only thing that, like, honestly, reading all these threads about this fake hype being forced and chalked down people's throat? Why is that being done?
I created a thread being alarmed at the pre-registration numbers of CEO. And that's all I really did.
Yeah,
but now all the responses I got in the thread, I'm just kind of like, okay, it's dead.
Yeah, but yeah, I know, but there's like a lot of other threads saying MK9 is going to be the it's gonna blow up at Evo. This and that. Who are you looking forward to? What is with all this fake hype? What are people trying to do?
I don't know.
Is
I don't feel
anyone
any
honestly hype?
No, not really. I got hyped for like 3 days and that's it.
People still like it though. I mean, they still like the game.
You know, but I think like Rio, I don't know who
Yeah,
said
but what
it.
are people looking forward to? That's my thing.
That's what I mean though. Like everything
what are
that
people trying to announce.
like every fight that we wanted to see, you know, whatever it was, CD Junior against Perfect Legend, whatever Rio Perfect, you know, like we've always seen everything, you know. So it's not like.
And no matter what the outcome is, it can easily be shut down. Like, let's say some random dude wins Evo that, you know, hasn't won a major before. People just say whatever. People were playing Injustice.
Yeah, I know. So it's. I mean, honestly.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean, should the game even be at Evo? I don't know.
Peel wins Evo again. People just gonna be like, so what? Peel's unstoppable at Evo, whatever. If I win Evo, people just be like, so what?
Yeah, Cabal.
Rio plays Cabal. Rio hasn't lost anyway.
Wait, is there a pot bonus for Injustice and not MK?
I don't know. I'm just bothered by all this random talk about MK9 and how we're forced to support it because blah 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 this and that. We owe something to the game.
Yeah.
And we kept it alive for over 2 years.
True. How many players do you think we'll get at Evolution?
80.
No, for Injustice. I know
750.
700 to 800.
Oh, really? That high?
I'd say over 600.
600? Because MK got like what, like 500 something?
Well, hold on. A lot of people forget that. I think like 520 or something like that the first year. But a lot of people forget that PDP was like a month before. So that took away like 300 to 400. I mean, a lot of people don't have money just to go to Vegas every month.
Yeah, a lot of people did go to PDP instead of Evo.
Okay.
So
just for
I mean,
the money alone.
Like if someone honestly asked me how many people went the first year, I kind of combine them a little. I'm like 800. You know, I mean, because like I said, you just can't go to Vegas twice in a month or month and a half time.
True.
We're an MK community. We're not doctors.
Yeah, I mean, I expect between 700 and 800 for Injustice.
I expect it to be massive.
Yeah, it's gonna be big. It's gonna be big, and I don't know.
But I think you probably like honestly, since the game is new, you probably won't see like the top competition on it until at least probably top 100. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of people who don't know what the hell they're doing. You know, there's like a lot of. Because, do you guys remember when Rio at Evolution playing Melina? Dude, I probably can remember like 4 or 5 people punishing telekicks. People had no idea what the hell they were just completely lost. Dude, Rio, remember that?
That was true. Yeah, I had to get away with a lot of shit.
So, I mean, I expect to see kind of the same, just not, ignorance because the game is new, so people don't really know what they're dealing with.
Yeah.
But it's but I remember, man, like so many telekicks went unpunished, man. It was so bad.
I mean,
I miss those days.
I mean, I honestly feel like I said, the game is at an early point. The hype at MK9, I mean, there are people that do legitimately care about it. And winning Evo commands respect. I don't care what game people are playing at the time. I mean, it's a great accomplishment for whoever does win. And I feel like, I feel like this community doesn't learn. I feel like, okay, I hear everyone what they're all saying. Literally, I've listened to everyone's complaints, and I realize that to a fault, that I am a certain way to a fault. And I can't seem to find a balance. Like the Scorpion thing. At first, I'm like, no nerfs. I'm always against nerfs. But then people come to me and they raise valid points, and I say, well, maybe he should be banned. I mean, I went the total opposite direction then. Okay, I'll listen to you guys now. Because I realize that I am to a fault a certain way. I feel like the MK community does not learn from its own mistakes. I feel like before Injustice came out, leading up to Injustice, the community was literally like, okay, guys, let's not forget, we're not going to be like we were at MK9. We're not making the same mistakes. we've learned. As soon as they're like, we're not going to say the game is shallow. We're not going to cry. We're not going to ask for nerfs. We're not going to ask for buffs. We're going to play, and we're going to learn this game. The game comes out, cries for nerfs, cries for buffs. The game has no footsies. The game has no fundamentals. The game is all jumping. Literally the exact same steps the community went in MK. How many threads did we have early MK9 from people saying, MK is too shallow. It's got no depth. How many of those threads happened? People think that we forgot about those threads. Like they were deleted, like M2dave deleted his, flash thread that he made
Dude, don't even.
5
Oh
years
my
ago.
god. Oh
He
my.
did delete that.
Dude, I didn't delete that shit.
It's good
I
you
wasn't-
deleted it because that was very embarrassing. I was actually,
Dude, I did not delete that.
Wait, what did it say?
dude. Okay, Pig. Do you remember back in MK vs DC? What
Yeah.
was this, 2008 or whatever?
Uh-huh.
The game launched, right? And I played Dave with the Flash. We all know Flash was retarded back then, but still. A week later, Dave makes a thread, and the title was as I read, because one day I woke up and I went to go browse the site, and I was like, what the fuck is this? Huge sentence that said this. The Flash needs to be banned from competitive play immediately.
Oh, I do remember that.
Remember that thread. And then-
MKU?
Yeah, it had
Yeah, I remember that.
pages of this. And the first line was this. You cannot zone the Flash. He could just step in, combo punch you. This character reeks of UMK3 Cabal. And dude, and then it went on for pages, like it blew up. And then randomly, a month later, after we realized that, damn, the Flash, some characters could actually compete with him, like Green Lantern. So it wasn't.
I like the way you said it. Some characters. You mean like one character? That's why you
Some.
and Tom played a damn game when everybody didn't give a shit
Hold on,
about
Shao
it.
Kahn, hold that. Anyway,
Shao Kahn.
yeah, some characters.
Online.
Offline, Shao Kahn got crushed by the
Yeah, true.
Flash.
Whatever. Anyway, we
Dude,
played the
don't
game.
even start.
Whatever. Anyway, so when we realized the Flash wasn't the best game and that a character can actually compete with him, they wasn't the best beyond everyone else. A month later, the thread randomly vanishes, and then I'm
Yeah.
like, "Hey, what happened to that thread? You know that super embarrassing thread you made that you probably would never want to see out in public again?" And he's like, "Oh, I don't know. Gee, what happened to the thread?" And he was an admin at that time.
That's great.
What happened?
Man, listen up. I've made a lot of controversial threads.
Why are you
and
smiling right now?
I'm just telling you right now. No, because you think like I'm somewhat ashamed of. Dude, look at all the threads I made in Testament. Do you really think I care?
Okay, so you expect me to believe me that some random mod deleted a thread that was having a lot of heated discussion and giving a lot of traffic to their site?
Dude, why?
Shut up.
First of all, I have no clue who deleted, but it wasn't me.
Wasn't me.
You're such a liar.
Dude,
The point is-
You were
the
an
point is-
admin, and that thread was so.
let
banned.
me say something. Let me say something. You guys know I like Pig. I support him, but I have to call him out.
That's
Wow,
right.
one blow.
I
from
know that Pig
Dude.
also made a thread about Deathstroke, and that shit is also
Oh
nowhere
my
to be
god,
found.
that thread was fucking.
No,
bad.
I didn't.
Be honest, where is that shit?
That
Where
thread
is
was
that thread?
terrible. That thread is in the same league as that Flash thread.
Yeah, I gotta admit, I'm kind of proud of that thread.
You want to hear something funny? Myself and Rio, the day the patch came out with the Sinestro buffs, we were going to play online and record us just throwing fireballs at each other, and we're going to make a thread called Sinestro Rules and Justice
Yeah,
and say
dude.
nerf him now.
Dude.
There's a one online match. Do you guys want this game to come down? Like,
We were going to
thread?
be like, it was going to be us charging our trade up and just firing fireballs and trade. We're going to go,
and
this
say, look,
character's
we can't
supposed to-
move because we gotta respect each other's trades. So we're just
okay, we're going to be like, these buffs are ridiculous. Like, he needs to be nerfed.
Oh yeah, that was the thread name. Deathstroke Rules and
Dude,
Justice.
what
Yeah,
was
that is
thread?
awesome.
I was clicking that thread. I'm like, what the hell is this? Deathstroke Rules and Justice. All I see is title about how zoning, you can't move, 40% guaranteed chip. We're trying to come in, and then I click on the video, and all I see is you and this other dude. Sorry, I'm white. Zoning
Yeah.
each other with low shots. I'm like, what the hell am I watching?
Okay,
Okay, I need to ask, why did that thread? Why do all these threads disappear? What the hell's
I-
going on?
I don't remember what happened to it. I didn't do it. I'm not a mod. I can't do anything.
Yeah, but I will tell you this. It's so funny that this community who went on literally like leading like from January up until almost April, how many threads were made. We've grown up now. We've learned we're not going to say it's too shallow. We're not going to pass judgment early. We are going to go and the exact same things that happened in MK9. Literally. I mean, when MK9 came out, there were people who were saying, our own community was saying, this game is so shallow, it's going to die after Evo. Do you remember that? Our
yeah.
own community was saying, it's not fun. I don't have the passion for this game. It's not what I expected. There's no footsies. There's no depth. It's just a jump fest. I mean, I can go on and on. And this game after Evo is as good as dead. It's gonna die. That's what they said. And of course, it went on to, and our community literally, after the first Evo, went through the next year with the assumption that we're never coming back, which was a joke because our community got bigger and bigger. And it just so happened that the game didn't die after Evo. It was proven there was footsies, there was depth. It's not a jump fest. In fact, MK9 is you can't fucking jump at all fest. The game ended up being the exact opposite to what people said it was going to be, and it ended up living longer than people said it was going to be. And I feel like Injustice is the same way. And I find it funny how our community, who supposedly learned from their mistakes, is going the exact same way. Now Injustice is out, and I'm losing interest. I don't have the passion. There's no footsies. You can't move. It's, what do they say about MK9? It's clunky. It's not smooth. Same thing I'm hearing about Injustice. It's a jump fest. There's no depth.
What you're saying is true, but sometimes you have to play devil's advocate. Like, I know how people don't want to be like, yeah, we learned our mistakes, we shouldn't ask for buffs or say what characters are bad or not. But come on. Do we really want something like Cyber Sub-Zero to happen again where people thought he was really good and they ended up being bad?
No.
Which is why, look, this is what I'm getting to is this. Lobo needs to be top 10 at the minimum. Batgirl and Scorpion, they did a fine job. They're both top 10 characters in the DLC. Lobo, however, needs to be treated the same way they were. He needs to be moved up and receive some kind of buff. Because right now, where he is for a DLC character, it's not fair. He's been getting the least play.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm not talking about.
And wait, aside from that, the other spectrum side of that is
Low shots.
when you go to a character like Scorpion, and then people were saying pre-Havoc Scorpion was fine, level up, adapt. Sometimes you overdo it. It's possible that we're wrong at times.
Scorpion right now, again.
Dude, pre-Havoc Scorpion was a joke. People who were saying level up, adapt were wrong.
Who was saying it? Dude,
PL was saying that. A lot of people were saying
well, honestly,
the whole community
I think Perfect Legend, like, he was just, I think he knew, though. He knew. But I saw Maxter on Twitter. Adapt. I can tell you right now, if Zod is fucking zoning and he's like off the chart, Maxter will be the first guy who's gonna complain. Well, MIT was saying, you know what? MIT was saying, you know what? Scorpion Man is fine. Are you kidding me, dude?
Yeah, no. See, things like that, no. Which is what I'm saying. Like, on one side, you have this character that's ridiculously broken, and people are saying, fine, level up, because, they're going with the MK9 thing where they want to give time, but just some things just should be, they shouldn't, you don't give time to things like Scorpion, because that would ruin the game.
Hold on. In fairness, first of all, Scorpion, again, right now, I want to say he's fine, but I'm worried that as soon as I say he's fine, that 6 months from now,
No, I'm talking about pre-hotfix.
I know, but I'm saying post-hotfix. I'm worried about saying I think he is fine, to be honest with you. The only reason why I say look into him is because I'm worried that some Grundy player 6 months from now is going to say, and this idiot Tom Brady, who was a tester, tried to say this character was fine. I'm sitting there so I'm worried about that. And in my opinion, I think he is fine. But it's so funny that this community, when the game came out, they were saying Deathstroke, you can't move. He needs to be nerfed.
Dude, nerf him.
Exactly, yeah.
Hold on. And when people were saying level up and adapt, they were saying, no, he needs to be nerfed. Doomsday, he had to be nerfed.
How is that? People say nerf Doomsday, he's too good. And Scorpion comes out, people are like, he's fine, guys. Level up.
Superman, they say he has to be nerfed. Black Adam said he has to be nerfed. They didn't cry about Killer Frost. If the one time a character comes out and you really can't move, they're like, he's fine.
Exactly. They're like, yo, Deathstroke is broken. You can't move. You got to sit there and duck. And Scorpion comes out and he does the same thing 10 times worse.
Hold on. And then they fix Scorpion to the way he's supposed to be. And then what happens is everyone's like, they ruined him. He's worthless now. And I'm sitting there saying, if they nerfed Superman, what's so funny is when they nerfed Deathstroke and Dave said they ruined him, they were like, shut up, Dave. He's still good.
Yeah.
If they were to nerf Superman's breath, so that Superman's breath is say
minus
zero,
3. Yeah, minus 3,
zero,
whatever. Yeah.
0 or -1, and a Superman player says they ruin him, the community would say, "Shut the hell up! He's still good." But Scorpion, who is still good, they're like, "He's worthless. He shouldn't even be in the game. He's he's terrible." And it's just so funny how our community has literally gone the polar opposite of what they.
It's like everyone's gone full retard.
Yeah,
I don't know how to explain it better.
yeah. I mean, it's
But
like
dude, dude, a lot of them like, dude, honestly, like, a lot of people are just they don't know, they're ignorant. You know what I mean? They
How
don't.
could you look at a character like pre-Hopping Scorpion and say he's fun?
Dude,
Fun
I
is
even.
flip kick, where characters like Killer Frost couldn't get in on him.
yeah, but I
I
mean,
know, but
look,
people don't even test anything. They don't even realize,
but-
dude, there's
but
a
again-
practice mode. Test your stuff before you post.
I mean, but look, my point again. The point is that the community is always doing the exact opposite of what they claim to do. So when I hear the argument that Injustice is this kind of game and it's not as fun and it's not as in depth and it's this way and every character is this way and other characters are this way, I just remember a community who swore on their life that they were not going to do this when Injustice came out, and here they are. I mean, literally, I just can't help but I'll never forget arguing in favor of MK9 when everybody was sitting there saying, "Go on, play MK9, Tom. It's going to die after Evo anyway." I mean, our own community had passed a death sentence on MK9, and now the same community that passed a death sentence on MK9 is sitting there saying, "We need to keep playing it, guys." When we passed a death sentence on it, I mean, and now they're trying to pass a death sentence on Injustice. And I personally don't like it because I personally know these guys at NetherRealm, and I love those guys, and they are awesome to this community. And we're sitting here passing a death sentence in this community. Why? You want to go fucking play Killer Instinct? Do you think those guys that made that game give a fuck about you? I mean, NetherRealm, they're part of our subculture. Those guys are awesome. They come to Evo, they watch us play, they watch our streams.
And that's a really good point. Is what I mean, we love those guys. Those guys love us. I mean, anything negative we're saying, we're just trying to help the scene, help the game, and it should be pointed out. Like I think all of us here respect the hell out of those guys and how much they work. But what have the Killer Instinct people done for us, and why is this community so bonkers over the Killer Instinct
Am I
game?
the only one that feels annoyed how Killer Instinct is being pushed into the circle of games like, Mortal Kombat and Injustice? What has Killer Instinct done to be proven worthy? To be graced in this community's arms like that?
Test Your Might kind of molded itself into an NRS game site. KI is not NRS, and it's like our own community.
That's what I'm saying. Why is Killer Instinct on the same level in regard of respect as Mortal Kombat and Injustice on TYM right now?
Well, I think Storm.
A KI site.
No, I was just gonna say I think Storm's probably just wants more hits. Or maybe he thinks,
Yeah, but it's disrespectful to the NRS community.
No, I mean I think the game is on a well, the game is good. I don't know. I'm just saying I think the game is on a bad.
You don't even know who these Killer Instinct people are, really.
I mean, look, the Killer Instinct is no longer has Midway hardware on it. It's not like the arcade days. People somehow are still associating Killer Instinct with Midway, NRS, I guess that kind of stuff, and that's not how it is. I just don't understand how those guys at NetherRealm can give us, and I got to give NetherRealm Studios all the credit in the world. We did not want NetherRealm Studios to listen to Crybabies, and they are not listening to Crybabies. We wanted NetherRealm Studios to give us a game that don't have things like the input bug and other kind of bugs, and they delivered. And any kind of bugs that we found, they patched immediately. We wanted NRS to give us a game that was balanced. We have J players saying, "I'm tired of losing 10-0 matches." They gave us a game that is very well rounded. They literally delivered on every single thing that we asked for. And then we have the nerve to turn around and say, "I miss my 10-0 matchups. This game doesn't give me the passion I want. I'm going to quit. I'm going to quit. I'm going to play KI and play Jago. Get out of here, man."
I think you're right, and
That's a really good point.
I think the only probably characters they kind of give in were Doomsday and Deathstroke.
They did not give in. Look, the game was designed. These guys at NetherRealm, they have bosses. I know people have this opinion of NetherRealm people, I guess, sitting on a throne and pointing out demands and whatever, but they all have bosses. They all have demands they have to meet, and they have deadlines. So, and when it comes to deadlines, you have to submit things obviously early. You can't submit the game on April 16th and have the game come out. It has to be submitted long before it goes to an approval process, so on and so forth. So basically, this is the way the game was originally intended. And sometimes you say, okay, you know what, we'll submit the game like this, and then we'll go ahead and balance it over the course of the DLCs to make it so that it's the way it was originally intended, which is what I think they're doing. They're not listening to the scrubs. This is the way that they wanted it to end up.
But Tom, and you know, in MK though, they definitely did. You had characters like Kano, Sub-Zero, who were destroyed, who were like completely annihilated. It's not even balanced. They listen to every single complaint, every single online complaint, and they change it immediately.
Okay, but my point is
I don't know what their vision for Deathstroke was or for Doomsday. I have no idea. I wasn't there.
But my point is that in Injustice, we have said that we hope that these things don't happen, and that hasn't happened in Injustice. They have not listened to the scrubs. They didn't give us an unbalanced game. They gave us a game without the bugs. They literally.
No, that's true. Like they definitely fixed all the bugs.
They literally gave us. Put it this way. I haven't heard one Jade player complain about Injustice, or one Striker player. You know who I hear complaining? What character did K7 play?
Cabal.
I hear all the people that played the most. What character did Death play?
Sonya.
I hear the people who played the characters with the most unfair matchups complaining.
Who did Pig play? Kenshi.
Complains all the time about that
real play Cabal.
Do I hear Baraka players saying, "Oh, this game is terrible. It's unbalanced. It's shallow." Baraka players, thank God, I can pick my character and play.
Yeah. Hey, all right, that is a good point, because I will say this: like people like you, Saya Strike, I'll throw Charlie Murphy in there because all three of you are Sub-Zero players. And the Baraka players, some Cuban guy. The Jade players, like you said, they've all moved on to Frost, Green Lantern, Black Adam. Oh, Rain players. All Rain players are now playing Black Adam. So it is kind of poetic justice in a weird way. It's good to see what these players actually can do with the same skill level of characters are top tiers, you know? Like yourself. I mean, you're playing the number one character in the game, and
I don't know.
What'd you do? What'd you do? Win the second best major, or not second best? You won the second major. So.
I honestly believe that. I don't know if Aquaman's number one. I think maybe he may end up being that way. I don't know.
I honestly do think he is.
Dude, you could say Aquaman. You could say Batman. You could say Superman. You could say Black Adam.
No, right now Black Adam for sure, man. I don't think it's even debatable right now.
It could be Black Adam.
It is Black Adam.
I've got him number 3.
But
I think he beats Killer Frost though.
It could be God.
Well, he's not out yet. I mean, we won't be out for Evo.
You can't say
that. My point is we don't even know.
You want to know it's not number one? Lobo.
Yeah, that's true. But my point is that I just find that these people who have these problems with the game are the ones that had the most unfair matchups. And I think that when they play Injustice and they say, I'm playing the number one character in the game or the number two character in the game, and they're playing somebody who's playing the number 10 or 12 character in the game, and they're sitting there saying, why am I fighting like 16 or 17 characters and the matches all feel 5-5? I'm playing the best character in the game. That's because that's how this game is. I mean, that's the way it is. And I feel like I think part of the fun of MK9 was misconstrued of it's fun because you think you're good because you're beating up on Ermac players. Look, this guy Death had the fucking balls. He had the fucking balls to sit here and say Injustice is a scrub game because he lost to Jeremiah. Guess what, Death? Maybe you were the scrub in MK9 and Jeremiah was the top player. And as soon as you remove Shiva, you got mopped up. When you were on an even playing field, you got mopped up.
He did. He did get 9th at Toryukin and MK and Injustice, and got both beat by Han. So I mean, game he was still playing actively MK, and the game that none of us are playing MK, he got 9th.
I mean, but at the same time, my point is, even if you say he wasn't playing MK anymore, which may or not be true, my point is that when the game was on an even playing field, Jeremiah mopped him up, and the first thing he did was say, well, this guy shouldn't beat me at the scrub. Why shouldn't he beat you? Because he was a Shiva player? That's why he shouldn't have beaten you? How do you know he wasn't good? How do you know it just wasn't that he was playing Shiva all this time? I mean, I just feel like that's a ridiculously arrogant statement. And I feel like people look at those Shiva players and those Jade players, and they say, because of MK9, I should be beating this scrub. But maybe you only look at them as a scrub or quote-unquote free because of the unfair situation they were put in. Now that they're no longer in an unfair situation, you have to actually outthink them. And just because you can't outthink them doesn't mean the game is bad. Maybe it's finally a level playing field and you're not as good as you thought you were. And that's what I think has, the whole fun factor has changed it a lot for people.
This game's balance is completely opposite from MK9. From top to bottom.
Yeah, more we talk about it, I'm starting to agree. I mean, I definitely
balance do. Balance is phenomenal in my opinion.
I mean,
they probably picked some really good people to test it. That's probably why.
Dude, think of MK9. Think of how bad the matchups were. Literally.
Yeah, you're right.
Honestly, you only had a chance to win a major with like one character and then maybe two. That's how bad it was.
How many do we see Vulcan Hayes, who was a striker player, crying? No. He's just like, he's totally happy.
Yeah, you're right.
One Man, Three Letters played Baraka. I mean, they're all playing, Sim Evil Rio, he plays Batman.
It's a really good point.
I mean, it's all the people that play the top tiers. I mean, look at this guy, right? I had to sit here. I remember NEC, Zaf. Zaf was playing Lights Out, man, with, Kenji, with Ermac. He put Tyrant in losers. Tyrant's a phenomenal player. Puts Tyrant in losers. Plays Death. Bless his heart, man. Plays his heart out. But
absolutely.
What the fuck is he gonna do, man? Right, against Sonya. Ends up losing. Plays Tyrant. Tyrant gets him the second time around. And he loses. And it's like, I just felt bad for the dude because he left it all out there. He tried so hard and probably was a top 2 player in that pool. And now in Injustice, he never has to deal with that again. He never has to deal with being put in a situation where he's just like, fuck, man, And guys like Death are used to being put in situations where they go, you don't care who you're playing. You're like, oh, he plays Ermac? All right, I don't care. Give him to me. You don't care who he is. That's not right. That's not right. Where the character means more than the person using him. And Injustice has fixed that. And I think a lot of people have a serious issue with that, and they'll never admit it.
Well, let's see who quit. I think Cat is quitting, right? I mean, Kebab player.
Yeah, I think Houston's quitting.
Houston. I mean, we got who in GG is all quitting? I know. Well, Jeremiah quit, and he uses Doomsday. So I guess I don't know. What do you guys think about that?
I think GGA just finds the game boring. Is what I've heard.
Okay. Oh, okay.
And then they just aren't digging it, and maybe they'll dig it later, but they're just not digging it right now. They're just kind of like, ugh, whatever.
Yeah, I think so as well. But I mean, other areas that it's just they all seem to be guys that play top characters.
What about Rico? Rico says he's dropping it.
Well, I think Yeah, he's just
We'll
gonna.
see.
Yeah.
I think he's saying that.
I
Just
think
but,
he. Well, I think I saw it on Twitter or something. I think he's just mad about the Black Adam nerves that he. I guess
That
that
hears
from what
about.
he's heard, yeah, that he hears about.
Yeah.
So I don't know, dude. You know what? Everybody knows. I disagree in the direction the way what they did to Deathstroke, but I still think the game is good. I would never say my character sucks so the game sucks. I would never say that. I think the game is worthwhile, and I still have fun with it, even though I don't
Yeah.
think my character's that strong, but I still think the game's good.
yeah, I mean, I think it's good. I just feel like I've never seen a Baraka player go to Injustice and say, "Fuck this game, give me my Baraka back, give me MK." I've never. They will not. But I've seen lots of Cabals, and I've seen some Kenshis actually. I've seen some.
Who?
So I mean, dude, there are a lot of pocket Kenshi players who, even though they didn't do well, still could play the game because it was, Waffles obviously loves MK. I just, I've seen a lot of people that play the KKK who play, Sonya, Cyrax, whatever. Just say, man, I would laugh in a Cyrax player's face if they ever came to me and say, I just don't find Injustice as fun. Because I'll tell you what about Cyrax players. The reason why Cyrax players don't like Injustice is because now, when you go down 90%, you're fucked. You're gonna pay for it now, my friend. Your clutch card is gone. Now you really got to be clutch. Oh, you might have thought you were clutch. Now
Well,
you
they can
actually
play
have.
Superman.
Yeah. I'll laugh in a Cyrex player's face that tells to me, "Oh, MK9, it's more fun than Injustice." I will laugh in your face. I will.
I mean, this game does have some of the bad matchups, just to a lesser degree.
I mean,
I mean, you can't even.
Like, they exist in this game too. It's more of a problem with some characters just being bad.
Yeah.
I just remember the early days of VSM playing Master Cyrex with Sub-Zero, going, "Hey man, Cyrex is really fucked up," and the community going, "No, Tom, this match is pretty balanced."
Or in the early days when I was playing Eric Warder's Cabal with Cyrus, some people were like, "Rio, you don't know how to get around fireballs, dude."
Yeah, they were like, "Tom, you're just bad." Remember when everyone tried to say MK9 was full of 5.5s and 6.4s? Remember that?
Yeah.
Man, this community doesn't know anything, and then they have a game that really is that way, and they're like, "No, give me the 10-0s. I'm done." They look at the
10 O's with a side of input bugs and glitches.
Well, here's a good example. Take a chance. Take a chance doesn't compete. Let's say he were to go to a tournament and place really high. You would have somebody out there going, "Dude, take a chance."
Nightwing player abusing stat that one.
No.
Man.
But they would say this guy. They would just say, "Dude, come on, man. What has this guy ever done?" And Justice comes out and he's top. So let me get this straight. This Jade player, he was just bad at MK9 because he must have been stupid. But all of a sudden, Justice comes out and he's good. The game must be a problem. Not that he was playing Jade. That wasn't a problem. And now he's got a good character. And I feel like people are. They don't realize they got what they. I mean, really, we as a community. The community. I hate this because I love those guys at NRS. In the community, they buried NRS for so long in MK9, wrote the game off. It's dead. It's going to die after Evo. Complained about the bugs. Complained about so much stuff on stream, input bug, random advantage bug. They even complained about the stage. NetherRealm even put a 50-50 option in the game so that people couldn't argue with the stages. They complained about the rushdown being too good. They put a push block in the game. I mean, they literally gave the people exactly what they asked for because people were murdering them. Well, these bugs, these, Johnny Cage or Kenshi, Cabal, they were literally complaining about all this stuff. NetherRealm gave them exactly what they asked for, and then they want to quit. I just think it's extremely. I don't like it. That's all I'm going to say. I don't like it.
I don't know. I think, dude, I agree with you with everything you just said, but I think when it comes to buffs and nerfs, people are always going to argue about that. Like it's just not it's not just an MK community thing. It's
Buffs and nerfs is something totally different than people saying the game is not as good.
no,
I'm gonna
I agree.
game it's gonna die. I mean, you
No,
got what you asked for, and
I'm 100% with you. I'm just saying like in terms of like buffs and nerfs. I mean that's a fighting game thing. That's not an MK community.
of course,
People are always gonna argue about that. Because there's disagreements. How a character should play, what should be nerfed, what should be.
of course,
That's always an issue. That's not really
yeah.
an MK. That's not something that
That's
only
different.
that's a fighting game thing.
I agree. I agree. That's a fighting game thing. It has nothing to do with just MK by itself.
Yeah, it's exactly. So when people bitch about like whatever, like I know I complain a lot about low shots, but that's I just think that has nothing to do with the it's just something.
I don't know about that, Dave. I mean, you.
Dude,
no,
no, dude. Even you said it.
I know
you
it's a joke.
said.
Dave, it's a joke. I mean,
Okay.
I just feel like I know buffs and nerfs. That's a fighting game thing, but I just really get fed up when I read, oh, I'm done because whatever. Look, if you think we're gonna shed a tear because you're gone, if you don't want to play this game, it's unfortunate, but I'm not a salesman. I'm not gonna try to sell you on it. If this is how you really feel, then just play something else. Play Killer Instinct. But I don't like the fact that even our site is literally, I feel like, trying to do away with Injustice. We're trying to snuff it under the rug for Killer Instinct. And these guys at NRS, these guys at NRS, they gave us a game. This game, in my opinion, is probably the best game to come out in like 10 years. And they gave us a phenomenal fighting game. They worked ridiculously hard on it, and this is what we do. It's not right, man.
So change the subject real quick. What top 3 players have you guys played that you think are going to make some noise at upcoming tournaments? Like, I'm not talking about, like, I played Rio, PL, and Tom online. No, I don't want to hear that. Like, what are 3 players that you guys have played that you've been like, wow, that shit's pretty good. Like, they're good.
Well, I don't know. I guess I can talk about my UFGT experience. I think 16-bit can make a huge impact because he's a good player. We all know that, but he also uses a very good character. So I think he's going to make a very good impact. I was also impressed by Slips. I mean, let's face it, these guys have played the game a lot more than your usual high-level player, and I think I was very impressed by his Deathstroke. I picked up some of that like forward 3 stuff that he was doing.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's gonna, he's like, I think he's gonna go to Evo. I think he told me.
Yeah.
And I think he's gonna use Scorpion, and I would, Scorpion, in the hands of a player like that, I would say he's definitely got a good chance to get top 8 at the very least. And I don't know what the third. Third.
No. Any online under the radar players.
Oh, like I don't know. Like I really don't play much online. I just play pretty much Rio, Tom Brady, Master D, and whatever. I haven't played you in a while. That's like my circle. That's the only people I really play. I don't know. Like, I think King can always he's very talented. He uses a lot of characters. I think he can always. I think his problem. I think he gets like too nervous in tournaments sometimes.
I think he uses too many characters.
I think honestly, I don't think that he uses them. He always uses them at a high level though. I think his problem is like he gets nervous in tournaments sometimes, and then he ends up like choking and playing unlike himself. So I don't know, but I think if he goes to Evo, I can expect maybe another top 8 finish from him. I mean, what do you guys think? I don't know.
In MK or Injustice?
Injustice.
Okay. I don't know. I was thinking more 3 people that. I mean, you just named people that I kind of expect to have a great chance at top 8.
Oh, okay. Honestly, I don't know though. Like who?
Okay, all right. I'll say something.
This is kind of like I play with like I don't play with I don't play online a lot. I just play with with people I know.
Okay, I'll say this. If people don't know the Raven matchup, And even if they do think they know the Raven matchup, are going to get blown up by Blind Man. I think that's one guy that I guarantee you that if you see in an Evo pool with maybe like 2 or 3 known killers, if 2 out of 3 of those killers don't know the Raven matchup, they will be beaten 0-2. That's one prediction I'll say. That's one thing I've kind of thought about. Trying to think of other people that I play that I've just been like, whoa, shit, they're good. I mean, there's a lot of people. A lot of people are really good.
Well, let me ask you. You played Blind Man's Raven, right? And also Forever Kings.
Yeah, it's better. The definitive Raven. Like, all right, let me just say this right now. Every Raven player on TYM needs to shut up and listen to Blind Man. That's all I'm saying. And what's funny is, like, I went to the Raven forums, and all I see are people arguing with him, like, who are you? You know, blah, 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 you know, and they're giving him shit in the Raven forums. Those guys are idiots. Like, I would honestly listen to every single thing Blind Man says, because it's not even close how good he is. I'll give someone else. Michelangelo. People forgot about Michelangelo. I think his Aquaman is the tits. It's amazing. He's going to Wednesday night fights next Wednesday, and I'm telling you right now, either him or Cowboy are winning Wednesday night fights. Guaranteed, first and second place, Wednesday night fights next week will be Michelangelo and Cowboy. Everyone knows how good Cowboy is. He got second at UFGT, so I'm not going to name him. The third one, let's see if I can name a third one real quick. I'm looking at my list. I'm not going to name PL. I mean, it's like, whoa, PL.
I mean, Tom isn't that bad, even though he fucked it up the last tournament. Just kidding.
This scrub named Tom.
Tom Brady, you know.
I mean, I do what I can. I do what I can. I mean,
Tom, man, you know I'm kidding.
Tom, second-rate Aquaman, Dizzy.
Tom, I got a great question for you in a second after I name my third one. It's a good question. I want to hear what you have to say. Oh, I'll make this real quick. Let me look. Not him. Oh, you know what? I'll say I'm going to pick a very random. I'm going to pick a local boy. Well, I mean, Smargasm's starting to make a bigger name for himself, which is really cool to see. I don't want to name him because everyone starts to know him now, but I want to say Saltface in Atlanta. No one knows who the hell he is.
I know who he is. I played his Harley online.
What do you think of his Harley?
If I played him, he asked me for advice. I heard him on the microphone saying to me, I can't get in on you. Yet, I'm just like, okay, well, I'll try to get in on him. And then he's like, no, gunshot. He's a person who thinks he wants to get in while trying to stay far away at the same time. His game is entirely, I'm not saying he's bad. I'm saying he needs to rethink his game. Because his game right now is entirely revolving around gunshot. He doesn't know how to initiate offense and doesn't know what to do when you get in on him.
Well, you do play Aquaman though, so
I did. So when he
that's like me playing a cage player. I'm like, I mean, these cage players, he couldn't get in on me.
And when he does finally hit me, I'm just going to trait, block his cartwheel, and full combo punish him. That's true. That being said, though, he didn't even make an attempt to get on me. He had opportunities where he could have jumped at me, and I was blocking, and he jumps and does a gunshot, and I block it, and I'm like, well, thanks for landing right next to me and giving me the 50-50. I appreciate that, sir.
Okay, well, do you guys have any three that you'd like to say?
I do think he's good, though. I do think he's going to make noise, but I think he needs to.
He needs matchup experience.
He needs to stop. He relies on gunshots. How can you want to initiate offense and you don't ever want to come in? That's a problem.
You guys played anybody that you're just like, wow, that guy might make some noise?
I don't like to get involved in that kind of stuff.
I'm trying to be positive hype,
I don't like to get involved in that kind of stuff because I feel like almost everybody that I play is good, and I don't ever like to say who is or isn't going to do something. Unless, like, the conversation we had the other day when, we got into the who's better 16-bit or chaotic, and I said it's not my place to judge. I'm not going to say bit. I'm not going to say chaotic because, in my opinion, by the end of the game, their resume is going to tell the tale. Who the hell am I to say who's better? You know what I mean? So that's how I kind of feel like with this. I'm not really going to say who you better watch out for this, you better watch out for that. My opinion, you have to watch out for almost everyone that I've played. and some of them will deliver and some of them won't.
I'll say this about Chaotic. Chaotic does not downplay Frost, and I trust that he will be the first Frost to get it, like the other Frost player to get it, and he'll be on 16 bits level, and he'll be good. I mean, I know he will.
I think they're both good players.
Yeah.
They both got the same place in 2 major tournaments.
Yeah.
The game is
one was local, other was a major.
Yeah, you have to remember. You have to remember that one doesn't really count though.
Got to keep that in mind.
The game is the community. I know has decided any tournament I win doesn't count. But my point is that whoever the better version of those two are, it's wrong for someone. For example, let's say I'm sitting here saying, let's say somebody says Chaotic is the best Killer Frost, or they say 16-bit's the best Killer Frost, and then Chaotic or 16-bit go in to get like top 3 in like 7 consecutive tournaments, and the other one goes on to get like 9, 13th, a couple of 7s. How are we going to say that one is better than the other one when the results say otherwise? So I mean, personal opinion doesn't matter. What matters is
I don't want to get into that conversation.
Exactly, which is why I always say I don't like to get into.
I mean, do you really want me to answer that honestly? And I will be very clear.
Yeah, answer it.
Okay, this is why. Because when you play one Frost, who makes you think that the match is 6-4 Sinestro or 5-5, and then you play the other Frost and you realize I'm talking about myself, have no fucking idea about this matchup due to experience of playing every other Frost prior to this guy, it makes you think that the other Frosts, you just do not get it yet. And that's how I know who's better now, and I'm not afraid to say it. And I don't care if it's a Frost player or a Batman player or whatever player, and I'm honest with these people. Like, it would do less good for them.
So you're telling me, let's say, for example, that Chaotic and 16-bit both go to EVO, and say Chaotic gets 3rd, 16-bit gets like 13th. You're going to sit there and say, nope, bit's better.
I'll tell you what I would say. I will say, first off, that's 3 weeks away. He could get it the way 16-bit gets in 3 weeks. I don't know. Second thing is, Chaotic is not going to go to EVO. I mean, I'm going to say that. I'm going to say Chaotic doesn't go to EVO just because he says he's going to places but never can. Okay, I love the guy. I want him to compete. Okay, the next thing is I would look at you and answer you by saying this. I would rather play Chaotic than 16-bit, and that's the only way I can answer the question.
Okay, that being said, in my opinion, 16-bit's a phenomenal player. Chaotic is as well. I don't like to give my personal opinion on the matter because they're both really good players.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to blow up. I'm not trying to blow any of them up. I mean, I'm just being serious. Like, if it would be rude of me to say, yeah, he's better, or they're just as good as each other. I mean, I'm just being honest. Like,
imagine
he will get just as good. I know he will.
Imagine I come out here and I say, 16-bit, he's with a prop here, man. He's the best, whatever. And then a tournament comes up, say Chaotic places over him and even beats him in the tournament. People will blow me off on that board and say, and Tom Brady's stupid ass said, so that's why I always say I never get involved in those kind of things.
Okay, well, if Chaotic wins EVO or places higher than 16-bit EVO, then people can blow me up for it. But I will always quote those people and say, I'm sorry, but currently at the state of time, I would rather play Chaotic than 16-bit. And that's just my honest opinion.
You can't poo-poo accomplishments.
I'm not trying to poo-poo him. I'm just telling him I would rather play the other one.
We talk an awful lot about Killer Frost.
Yeah, no.
I know. I'm just.
All right. In your
character now.
Okay. You wanted to ask me a question. What was the question?
Okay, let me ask you a question. This is kind of funny, but also you're probably going to take it more serious. I missed the Justice panel in UFGT. How much does it piss you off? Because I'm going to be honest with you, it would piss me off, honestly. I'd be pissed off from the first second of that panel. When you're introduced, okay, we got Carl, Perfect Legend White, 3-time EVO champion, blah, 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 multi-major winner, blah, blah. Now we got Tom Brady, king of being trolled.
Is that what they said?
Did that piss you off?
Why did
I mean, did you not see what just happened there? You're in a You're in a professional panel. You're representing the game, and yet the people that introduce you and they gave this great legacy introduction, what if you will, to Perfect Legend, which is deserved. I mean, whatever. And when they introduce you, instead of saying the ECT champion, blah blah blah, major winner of this, if they said, and Tom Brady, all you guys know him, he's king of being trolled.
Did they not introduce me as I thought I won a major? Or did they not?
Maybe. I mean, I don't know. I just thought the introduction was a little weird. It made me pause the video and text 16-bit. I'm like, well, hold on. I text 16-bit and I said, you know what? If I'm Tom, I'm actually very pissed off about this because despite all my accomplishments and this and what I've done and blah blah blah, I'm known as the commentator and king of being trolled. And it's like, but no, I just won a 180-man major, whatever it was. 230. Sorry, 230-man major. I beat Rio. I did this. I did that. But I was introduced as being trolled. I mean, go pull it up right now. Just make sure I'm right before we, whenever you guys pull it up.
What did 16-bit say to that? I'm just curious at his response.
He said, "LOL, poor Tom."
LOL, poor Tom.
I mean, that's usually what we say when shit like that happens. It's like, man, poor Tom.
Well, it's a couple of things. One, I think, before I respond to that, what I'd like you to admit is this. You in 16-bit have oftentimes said that it was my imagination that my accomplishments always go unnoticed and always go poo-pooed. And you said it was always my imagination. And that I said, if I ever were to start winning, people would still sweep it under the rug. And you said it's my imagination. Can you admit now that maybe you were mistaken?
Yeah, I guess I have to.
Let's see here.
I mean, just because of my example, I have to. It'd be kind of dumb for me to be like, no.
Testers Among Us. I remember.
Pull it up real quick. I mean, just make sure I'm right. I know. I just remember being kind of annoyed. Like, I was annoyed for you. I was like, man, that's kind of fucked up. I mean, it's Tom because it's. I did say it's Tom, so it's funny. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't know. I'd be kind of pissed off.
Yeah, I mean, here. Hold on, let's see what he said. Wow, it's 54 minutes? I didn't think it was that long. That was a really good.
Yeah, I got to finish listening to it, by the way.
Yeah, let's see. Hold on.
Listen to Carl's and listen to yours. And that's why I was like, what?
Okay. All right, so Delridge starts it off. Let's see.
There's all this dead silence that people are gonna have to fast forward past. Because I'm not gonna edit this shit. I mean, this is going straight to YouTube tonight. I'm telling you right now.
Hey, how long is this, by the way?
I think we're about 3 hours. We should probably stop soon.
Yeah, I think like 2 and 3 hours. That's probably like the best. Over that, you kind of just.
I think 1 hour is the best to go.
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
How many?
Really, 3 hours? God.
Yeah. Oh, Rio, what is your suggestion?
I said I think 1 hour is the best.
I think 2 probably you can kind
1 to 2, yeah, 1 to 2.
1 to 2 is probably. And we just gotta find a name for the show. Maybe
there was like 1 or 2 topics where we dragged on forever about.
Yeah. Hey guys, keep in mind I'm recording this. I can't edit this. I cannot edit this.
No, that's fine. It's fine. I'm just saying I was gonna say, Pig, if some people have an idea a name idea for the show, you should probably post.
I like Rio. I like Rio's name.
Which one? Minds for Injustice.
Yeah.
We also had.
Sounds a little too generic though.
I know. We also had New 52 podcasts.
Dude, okay, hold on. Okay, so I just watched it, and he introduced Carl. Evo champion, yada yada yada, multiple tournament winner. He comes to me and he goes, "Here's Tom Brady. I mean, when he's not being trolled by stream monsters, which is what he's known for, I guess. He's also commentating. He was the MLG. Nothing about placing top in tournaments. Nothing.
I told you.
nothing about. I just won at that time the marquee major. Was
Dude.
supposed to be coming into UFGT as the
Why did
man
no
to
one
beat.
say anything about this? Like
Because
I'm fighting this battle for you. You do realize that
I was supposed to come into UFGT as apparently the guy to
the
beat. But
king,
look,
the king.
okay. Look, here's my response to that. In Mortal Kombat 9, everything got to me. I absolutely cared about what everybody had to say about me. In Injustice, I could care less. I understand that because I played Sub-Zero and MK9 and I guess I didn't win, people are always going to write me off as that. Somewhere in MK9, it became the community thing to always pretend that I was this horrible player, this average, middle of the pack player. And it became from a joke to a reality that people took it so far that the people didn't know it was a joke and people actually bought into it. So I understand that even someone like Delrich, who was supposed to know better, he does, he's just going with, off the top of his head, hey, he gets trolled a lot. Nobody ever gives this guy props, so I'm not about to start now. And, and I mean, that stuff doesn't bother me anymore. I mean, I knew that it was going to happen. I know people are always going to look at me like, that way in this game. And it's not something that I didn't expect, but I was a little upset about it. It's supposed to be a professional panel. I just came
That's
off
what I'm
winning a major.
saying.
I just came off winning a major tournament 7 days ago, and he doesn't even mention it.
I'd be pissed. Like, I'm just saying, if I won ECT and I went to a tournament a week later and I'm on a panel and they're like, yeah, this is Pig of the Hut. He made a really shitty Deathstroke thread the first day the game came out.
Yeah, I mean,
I'd be like, really? I think I validated myself a little bit.
You have to remember, though. You have to remember, at UGT, on commentary, ECT was seen as a regional. Which is probably why they didn't mention it.
Well, no, Delrich knows better, and
I'm just saying that was how it was perceived as.
that was the next day, though, it was said. And the thing also is that, like I said, I fully expect this community is. I fully expect it. I'm never going to get any kind of props or respect in this community at all. But I was just a little surprised that on a professional panel, you would think you would want to mention somebody's credentials, so that, it validates the panel even more. And he just skipped right over it.
I know.
But it's the way the community is. The community.
Whether you admit it or not, you're pissed off about it because I would be too.
I'm not. The community's always going to pass over me, and that's just the way it is. I mean, I can't change it, so I'm not going to be mad at something I can't change.
Okay.
Stock market.
You guys go ahead.
Accept what you cannot change what you can't accept. So I can't change it, so I'll accept it.
Here's the rule in TOM. You don't look at tournament results to see who are the good players. You look at the stock market. That's what tells you who the good players are. All you need to know. If I want to see if players are good, I don't look up tournament results. Who gives a shit? Give me that stock market.
Hey, do you guys feel like people give a shit about tournament results?
Not really.
I mean, in MK, absolutely. But I don't think anyone's really given like a shit about tournament results yet.
I feel like in Injustice, there's a set pecking order that people are used to based on MK, and if you upset the pecking order, the community doesn't give any validity to the results anymore.
Who's the order?
Well, me being a threat to win destroys all validity for all tournaments. And I honestly believe that. Again, I could give a shit less what these people think. I don't care. As long as I get paid and get a trophy, or, if Rio or Carl wins, or Pig or 16-bit, as long as I get a medal and maybe some little less money, I'll take that. I don't care. You guys can shine my medal for me, and while you blow me up, I don't care. I mean, it's, I could care less, because results are in stone, words come and go. But I do feel like that because the pecking order is upset, that people tend to give a little less validity to tournament results. So.
Okay. Well, you guys want to wrap it up?
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to go work on matchups.
All right, I just want to say something I foresee on Evo regarding MK9. This is the future thread I see coming from Evo when MK9 is all said and done with.
Let me hold on. Let me.
No,
can I
hold on,
make-
Dave. Shut up.
Let me take a
Shut
guess.
up.
Let me take a guess.
Fine.
Can I take a guess?
Go ahead.
Since it's you. Perfect legend overcomes the odds and wins injustice.
That was MK and everything.
Oh, I'm kidding.
Thanks
Okay.
for listening. Anyway,
What's
Anyway.
up? Because I thought you were gonna say that. But anyway, go ahead.
this is me Skype acting weird. I'm making these weird noises.
Yeah, a little weird.
Anyway, okay. What I was gonna say is, this is what I foresee after MK9 is all said and done with at Evo. There will be a thread made, and you know what will be inside this thread?
No.
It will have number 1, congrats, you deserved it. Number 2 through number whatever, you all suck, blown up, hold that shit. And that's all it's gonna come out after MK9. That's all I have to say.
Wait, what? What are
Number
you talking
1,
about?
whoever places number 1 for MK9 at Evo, it's going to have congrats, good job. However, place number 2, place number 3, place number whatever, it's gonna have you suck, blown up, hold that. It's
Okay.
written off.
Interesting.
Just
I
how the
want
way
to
things are.
say, I'll say that first of all, with CEO coming up, I'm going to say I forgot that Carl was going. I'm so used to Carl not having a sponsor and not being able to go to tournaments because of how
Yeah.
expensive they are. I forgot he was going. I'll say the grand finals will be PL versus CD Junior and anybody's game from there. And then I'm actually going to put Pig at third, 16-bit at fourth.
I beat Frost. Oh
Oh.
my god, I'm gonna rip that cage apart.
Um,
I will climb that cage if I
Tom,
beat Frost.
I thought you said you don't know predictions, man.
I'm just.
Yeah.
Dude, if
Hold on,
PL
hold on.
and Junior aren't in grand finals, you're gonna get blown up.
I'm gonna
Dude,
put.
do not put me third.
I'm gonna put Big D at.
Put me ninth. I want to be ninth.
I'll
Put
put
me ninth.
16-bit at third, Pig at fourth. And how about that?
Dude, shut up. You're going. You know you're gonna beat me. You
I'm
play
gonna
Aquaman for Christ's
put
sake.
16. I'm gonna put Big D at fifth. Chris G at fifth.
How's UGT champion gonna get 5th?
Yeah, what's going
Out
on?
of here.
I mean, he doesn't have a lot of matchup experience,
This is the worst prediction thread ever.
Green Arrow. Enough said.
but he doesn't have. But he doesn't have the matchup experience. You know, he can get. Is Trey Pound going?
Yes, he's riding with me actually.
And I'm gonna. Is Smargasm going?
I'm gonna force him to, but right now he's having money issues. So but I'm gonna
okay. I'll put Newbie and
put Smargasm.
Trey Pound. I'll put Newbie and Trey Pound also in the top 8.
Dude, what about Godspeed? You're not gonna have him in the top 8?
Is he going? Is he going?
Yes, yes.
Pig said, yeah, you gotta have him in the
Yeah,
top 8.
yeah,
Dude,
he's going.
He's gonna. You know what he's gonna do, right? He's gonna pick Black Adam. He's gonna pick
true.
Rooftop, and he's gonna get top 8, man. He's gonna get top 8.
Who does Newbie even use?
Doomsday.
Doomsday?
Oh,
No,
I think he uses Doomsday and Black Adam.
I love
Black
Newbie,
Adam.
but if he's using Doomsday, then I gotta take him out, and I gotta put Godspeed.
Listen,
I mean,
just so you know, Godspeed and Smargasm are the best things to happen to me to go to the tournament because Black Adam, first off, can give that bitch a fight, and they'll all pick Rooftop, and they might scrub out 2-1 wins or 2-0 wins
Yeah,
on Rooftop.
they will.
So,
Yeah.
so that's the only way that I can
Godspeed's
make it in the top 8.
Are we sure Godspeed is going?
Yes, he's like on the first page of registration. He registered before anyone did.
Okay, I didn't know. Okay,
You know me. I'm watching that shit like a hawk.
Okay, well, I'll put Godspeed in the top 5 then. To be honest with you.
Is Wound Cowboy going?
No, he's not going. They're going to win. Him and Michelangelo is going to win Wednesday night fights next week.
Okay.
Everyone tune into that, and everyone tune into Battle and Brew next Thursday. Although me and like a lot of people aren't going to be there, but a lot. I mean, we had 45 people at a local last week, or last month.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy. We had 30 people show up at Reno Rex's house. 30 people at his house just to level up last night.
I mean,
Pig, hold on. Let me ask Pig. Pig, how do you feel? How do you feel confident placing top 8? I mean, this was your first. You know, it will be if you place top. This was your first time placing top 8 on a major, right? And Injustice, of course.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
How comfortable do you feel?
95%.
Wow. Okay. I'm definitely gonna be, watching
U,
that
U,
Sinestro.
UFGT, I would say 60 to 70.
Okay.
And it actually proved true. I got like 60, 70% the way there. I got 13th place. I was like
Okay.
80% there. So I know what will give me trouble, and I'm working tirelessly on it now. And it's the only reason I'm going to Nashville. Oh yeah. So the Midwestern Championships is this Saturday, and 16-bit. I think Han, Waffles, Pim Pim Jim, a lot of those guys are coming. We're going to do a side tournament for Mortal Kombat, and it's going to be a round robin MLG arena style.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't want people paying $10 to have the risk of going 0-2. I want them to get their money's worth and have a round robin style. And then the top 4 out of the round robin system will do usual tournament rules. And I'm running the tournament because it's a side tournament. I don't think we're gonna stream it. I might take my stream shit. I don't know, but then Injustice is at 7 o'clock Saturday Nashville time. So 6 o'clock. What is that? 8 o'clock Eastern.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but 16-bit and I are gonna play all day Friday, all day Saturday. Frost versus Sinestro, and he doesn't give a shit. And I told him he has no reason to give a shit because he will beat me. I just want to. I don't want other Frost players to beat me. I want to be ahead of the game for a CEO because I'm dead serious. If you play Frost against me, and you better beat me.
Did you try counter picking somebody else?
I've got.
You don't care, or you don't care to because of the patch.
Let me put it this way. I've got something definitely in the works. It ain't going to be ready by Nashville, but it will definitely be ready by CEO. And that's what I plan on running all day Friday and Saturday.
Okay.
Well, I give myself a 0.0% of making out of the first
Oh,
round.
shut up! What do you do that for?
I'm gonna
All right,
lose
all right.
my
Let me.
first
All right, I'll give you
match.
my top 8 prediction. I'll say top 8 prediction. Let's see. I'll even write it down just to make sure I hit them all. All right, let's see.
I'd say I go lose my first round match, and then losers, I get upset. My first match and losers.
All right, loser, shut up. All right, Tom's gonna win the CEO.
That's
No,
a joke.
whoa. Yeah, that is a joke. 16-bit's going. Hold on. All right, 16-bit wins with
You better
Frost.
hope I don't win now, because it'll be pig. Fuck you. No.
Oh no, dude, come on. I'm the one.
Nah.
You're the one blowing yourself. Shut up. All right, so
remember that blow up though when I was like, pig of the hut.
yeah.
That was awesome.
You know what's really weird about that moment is I was cheering tirelessly for you. I was like, "Oh my god, he did it!" And then all of a sudden, I hear, "Fuck you, pig!" I'm like, "Wait, what?" It's like I'm the one cheering. I'm like, it's such a mixed bag of.
As a $1 bargain.
I know it's great. I put you in the $1 DVD bin, but no, I was it was such a weird flux of emotions. I was like, "Oh my god, he did it!" And then, "Fuck you, pig!" Like, wait, what? All right, so I got 16-bit Tom Brady. I'll do CD Junior, and then I will do myself, and I will do. So I'll put me 4th, and I will do Big D, and Big D and I will play, and it'll be 2-1. It'll come down the last hit, and some weird fucking glitch no one's ever seen will happen. I'm gonna say Godspeed. This isn't really in order, except for the top 2. 16-bit and Brady. Who am I forgetting? Oh, I'm gonna put Smargasm in there, no question. He's gonna make top 8. Who did I miss? I missed somebody big. I feel bad.
Chris G.
Oh fuck yeah, Chris G. Yeah, he's top 8. Okay, so
UGT doesn't get respect by anyone.
Yeah, so I wrote 16-bit Tom Brady, CD Junior, myself, Big D, Godspeed, Smargasm, Chris G.
Okay.
I feel like the more Chris G wins, the less people care.
He's just so expected. Like, we forget about him because we're just used to him.
But by the way, did you guys read what Big D said about Scorpion?
You know how I read that statement? I read it like he thinks Bane's better than we think, and that's how I read it.
Dude, how can you say Scorpion is like now Bane tier? Like, that's just unacceptable.
Yeah, Big D literally said, "I'm going to show you guys that Scorpion is on Bane's tier." What does that even mean?
I don't.
I honestly read it to.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I interpreted it as him saying or him suggesting that Scorpion is not that good anymore.
See, I honestly saw it as a clever way of saying Bane's actually really good, just like
But he
Scorpion.
doesn't play Bane though.
He does.
Or he does?
Yeah.
I thought he uses Scorpion and who else does he use?
When he started out in this game, he was playing Arrow, Bane, and Killer Frost.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, you may be right. I'm just like tired of people like downplaying Scorpion. They think he sucks
Yeah.
for some reason when he
They
doesn't.
ruined him.
Yeah, like ruined him. He's like completely useless now.
But now Big D plays Raven and Scorpion.
Oh, you forgot PL.
Oh God. Oh, he's gonna call me. Hold on. God, he's gonna blow me. I told you I forgot someone.
You have to. I'm sorry, but you have to have remove Big D and add Perfect Legend.
Okay, I'll remove Big D. I put PL. Okay, so I took him out. Someone's echoing.
Is it
It's
me?
weird. I think it's Dave. Oh no, it's Rio.
It's me? Oh,
Yeah, it's Rio for some reason.
Good old Skype.
Yeah,
What about now?
I think it's good now.
Yeah, it's
Let me.
fine.
Yeah, it's fine now.
What's going on Friday? What's the exhibition? Does anyone know what's the?
I think they're doing testers versus challengers.
Oh, okay.
So it's gonna be like me, you, Junior, PL, Chris G.
This.
Yeah, no, Chris G, and it's gonna be us 5 versus like whoever, you know.
Okay.
Which I'm not using. I'm not using my main. I mean, get the fuck out of here. Yeah, I'll probably use Frost and scrub it out.
Yeah, I use Aquaman. See, I'm different. Like for me, once I learn how you want to get up, you might as well be giving me.
You know
the
what?
match.
Never mind. Fuck that. I'm gonna use Sinestro. I'll probably just use my other character.
I mean, I don't care. I'll just play Aquaman. The worst that can happen is you beat me and you show me how you get up. So thanks for showing me.
Yeah, you're right. I'm gonna use Sinestro. Fuck that. If there's money on the line, oh no question. I'll take my early winning. Wait, you know what? I'm gonna put Rio on this list because I think Rio's gonna buy a late check or late ticket.
Yeah, I doubt that. What money?
All right, I think we're good here.
Yeah.
Do you guys think I have any chance of beating 16-bit this Saturday? It's okay to say no.
Dude, why do you sell yourself so short? I don't.
It's
understand.
Frost. It's Frost.
Dude, take her in the lab. Dude, I took that character in the lab.
Do you realize?
You honestly have as much of a chance as a Doomsday beating an Aquaman.
Do you realize?
It's possible, but good luck.
I will completely. Okay, say 16-bit beats me in MK Grand Finals 3-0 Katana versus Kenshi. I'll trade that in any day of the week and get blown up endlessly for it. To beat him. Frost versus whoever.
Wait, how's it? What kind of comparison is that?
You are way.
No one plays MK like that anymore.
You are going.
I know. I'm trying to run something by you guys because no one's gonna really give a shit.
You're going way too far with this Killer Frost stuff, man.
Dude, Killer
Wait,
Frost
what-
does seem like a problem for Sinestro, man.
No, that is a bad matchup. That is a horrible match.
Shoot one boulder, shoot one fireball, miss time one downward jump back one. Miss time. I mean, go do it. I mean, please somebody find something I'm not doing. I mean, I use every pig trick in the fucking book when I get that bitch into shackles, and
What you need is a jump in like Aquaman's where she can't anti-air you.
Yeah.
yeah, trust me, I have sat in practice mode all day trying to figure out different angled jumps or different,
She catches them all.
Yeah,
You know what I tell Ares players when they ask me for tips when they play my Scorpion? I say adapt. Your character's unexplored.
Your character's like Raiden, unexplored.
Pig, I think I have an answer, man. And I have somebody who also goes even with Aquaman.
Who?
Shut up.
Scorpion? Scorpion.
No, that's Scorpion. That's Scorpion.
Cyborg does not get you. I'm not listening to Dave anymore.
No,
Well, listen,
dude, I'm
First of all,
telling you
Dave,
right now.
You should give me some props for giving you your new character. Because at least you have someone to play now.
If General Zod sucks, I'm going with Cyborg 100%. And I'll be there in MLG whipping ass.
I love
So,
how it is.
doing nothing.
Rooftop day.
I'm just going to play. I'm going to pick Rooftop and Cyborg. because
I
I'm
love-
very mad that they nerfed Deathstroke like this. So I'm just gonna be an asshole, just throwing fireballs and throwing fucking that. And I'm
I
not gonna
love-
do anything else. I don't care if I lose. I'm just gonna fucking spam those fireballs, and I don't care until they nerf that character too.
I love how Dave's hopes rest on General Zod.
Well, dude, I'm fine with Cyborg, man. I'll use Cyborg.
I think if Dave plays Zod before he comes up to
Dude,
play, they
I
should
tried
play
to tell
Zod's
Dave
yeah.
since week 1, go Cyborg. He's like, no, Cyborg sucks. I'm like, dude, Cyborg can chuck fireballs. You know, the only thing you love to do in fighting games, spam shit.
Are you serious about Cyborg versus Frost?
I say when she gets nerfed, obviously, which she probably will. We just don't know the specifics. I think there's a good chance that
Okay, look,
he
the
could
only
beat her.
here's Killer Frost problem.
Huh? Why?
What?
Wait. Why?
Well,
How?
He's got the only fireball that she can slide under.
Dave's
Batman.
delusional.
Batarang, hold that.
No, well, okay, I'll give you that one.
Yeah,
I'm just
Green
saying,
Lantern. Green Lantern machine gun.
Bola, hold that.
well,
Meter burn
let me tell you, like
Bola.
Cyborg, his metagame obviously is horrible, but the one move that saves him is that he doesn't need to spend meter on anything. What are you gonna spend meter on? His juggles suck. His footsies, you don't need any. What are you gonna spend meter on? You don't need it for defense. You have probably one of the best defensive tools in the game. You can just run away for free. So you're always gonna have meter. So I'm thinking, maybe there's something, and his super move is also very good. So you're always gonna have access to that. So I'm thinking he could do well in the end. He may not be top 10, but he could be like, just outside of it.
Well,
So you-
ultimately,
so
though,
you-
here's the
Go ahead.
problem, Killer Frost. No matter what you do, when she hits you, every character becomes the same. That's the issue. Every
I know, but
character
she
is the
still
same.
needs meter to
Every
use that.
character becomes a
reset.
game of flip a coin, heads or tails, guess.
Yeah, that's just the way it is. You just don't get hit. Period.
Well, that's true. Well, like I said, with pre-patch Deathstroke, I could just zone her all day with low shots, and she could never punish that. Her best, the best she could do was just random dash.
Yeah, the best she could do is just, get in, do meterless combos, 40%,
Well,
and then put
she-
you in something
if
that you
she-
couldn't wake up
well,
out
if
of.
she
I hear you.
puts-
Deathstroke definitely beat her back then, psych.
Hell yeah, he did.
No,
Yes, he did.
we didn't.
Dude, with
Not
save low
Monster
shots,
Claw,
she couldn't
sorry.
punish, she couldn't
Give
throw.
a fuck. So what? She could deal
She
that.
couldn't even hit any meter.
She
dude,
could
back
deal
then.
with it just like every other character in game
Dude,
with that crap. Dash
Which
in.
character? Listen up. Which character annihilated her zoning? Which
Why would Killer
character?
Frost be zoning? What the hell?
How is she gonna build meter? She can't even do one move.
What does she need meter for? Meterless 40% combos.
Dude, trust me.
No,
Back
trust
then,
me.
I'm pretty sure that Deathstroke. Dude, I
No.
know that Slips used to beat 16-bit back then,
So?
and he used to do that Deathstroke.
So?
That tells you right there.
Okay, I know that's
Okay, what-
16-bit katana used to be Soon's Cabal. That tells me something there, right there too. Yeah, go on.
Dude, are you seriously
We somewhere
comparing
that GJ logic.
Oh
Go ahead.
man, dude, you're a fool. That's what I want
No,
to tell
you don't know how good Killer Frost was back then.
you. No, I know how good she was, dude. Don't you think two people who tested the game would know?
Come play me. I'll take my hard drive off.
You people are idiots.
You have no idea how dumb Killer Frost was back then. Your whole fucking Deathstroke game of waking up with that shit was thrown out the window against Killer Frost.
What are you talking about? I'm saying she actually had
I'm saying you don't know how good Killer Frost was once she got
No,
in.
I do know.
You're not gonna
I'm saying-
zone and keep her out with fucking.
All I'm
bullshit.
saying is she had to earn her way in instead of just look
Wow,
at the ball
that's
shots. So I
literally
can
everyone
just
else in the game had to do that against Deathstroke. Why is this all of a sudden so bad for Killer Frost?
Yeah, I agree.
because she has to get in just like everybody else. Now you know what she can do?
That's all she does
Block
anyway.
shots,
It's everyone.
punch
All she does
anyone
is try and get
screen.
in. What? That's like her game. That's all she lives for. Is trying to
I
get
know,
in.
but who had the best zoning?
Cyborg.
Cyborg, Block Infinite City.
Aside from Cyborg, which nobody's gonna ever
Okay,
gonna do.
Dave.
That was just,
Yeah.
that's all
Okay. You're
theory.
putting the question, so I have to say Deathstroke. So Deathstroke.
Cyborg,
Okay,
Block Infinite.
that's
Her.
Deathstroke had the best zoning back
It's
then.
not enough. She would get in every
She
round,
literally, how would she get in?
walking forward, dashing forward.
Her best way to get in would be to do random air dash, which 60-bit was still doing.
Wait. Why would she have to do random air dash? You're not pushing me back anywhere. I'm moving forward. You're getting closer to a wall.
So what?
So what? There's a wall behind you, son. Where are you gonna move back to?
First of all, it depends on the stage if there's something I can do or not. Second of all, she plays footsies with Deathstroke. What's so bad
What
about
footsies?
that?
She just walks forward.
Dude, you're just playing theory right now.
I hope you play Footsie Killer Frost. I will throw out a random slide, and you will never think about doing anything like that again.
What are we doing, man? I can't deal with these guys.
How are you gonna say Deathstroke back then beat Monster Killer Frost?
Okay, I can't deal
Killer
with
Frost
you
that
guys,
threw
man.
out the wake up game. Out the
I
window.
mean, the bottom line is Killer Frost makes every character the same once she hits them. I mean,
I know,
even-
but the keyword is once she hits you. If you have good zoning and you can zone her off for a long period of
Dude,
time.
Dave's so
Dude,
delusional.
look,
He
it doesn't
thinks-
matter to me. The problem is I just needed a better. At the time of UFGT,
You need to save low scope.
and the Killer Frost, man. I mean, the game changes. I'm not gonna say. I just needed to redesign my strategy. I mean, I already knew I needed to redesign it. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and say, "Oh, poor me. I had to come with strategy. I had to adapt." Get the fuck out of here with that. What I'm just saying is that I didn't really have any time to construct a strategy. So now that I'm constructing one, it's just I don't mind. It doesn't overwhelm me that when she hits me, I could potentially be dead because, dude, I've played 90s arcade games competitively. That's every character in every one of those games. It's not like I'm not used to it. It is what it is. You just have to get really good at your preventative measures. It is what it is. I mean, she's a 1990s arcade character. I mean, it is what it is, man. You just got to accept it and embrace it and get really good preventative measures.
She's from Ninja Gaiden
That's
2.
Dude, she's from Mortal Kombat Deception.
Yeah,
mean,
for
once-
real.
Literally.
I mean, at the same time, Killer Frost, if for those two games set, the fighting game gods have decided you're Madame Cleo, this bitch ain't beating nobody. So,
Well, actually, Rio, even in MK Deception, so a lot of the 50-50s were not saved, but she
I
has
know.
all
Okay,
saved.
she's a souped up MK Deception character.
she's an
She's
online
got the
MK
50-50s, elite
She's a-
combos,
she's an
disable wake
online-
ups.
She's an online MK Deception character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's an online Flash. Back threes,
Do,
threes.
do you guys think she's as good as MK Dairu?
No.
No, Dairu
Dude,
will mop her up, dude. Come on. Dairu? God. 10 frame unblockable that you get to jump around like a fucking rabbit.
Yeah,
Back
Killer
to
Frost,
the
parry
default.
that shit. I want to see you parry that.
Launch.
Dave,
What do you guys think? What are the chances that NRS will bring back Dairu and MK10?
about the
Chances
same
of
as they
you
bring
winning a
back.
major in Injustice.
What?
Chance of you winning in a major in Injustice.
Hey Rio, at least I got top 8 at Evil last year. Did
Oh,
you get
couldn't
top
hear you
8?
because I got top at one time.
What did you say?
What at Evo, I've gotten top.
Rio, where were you at top 8 at
Have
Evil
you ever
last
seen
year?
the grand
I didn't see you
finals at-
anywhere.
Hold on. Have you ever seen the grand finals at an Evo? At an Evo major? Have you ever sat in a chair at the grand finals at Evo? I don't think so.
I wasn't in the grand finals, but I was in top 8
So
last year when the game was more developed, Rio, you know.
so
Where were you, Rio?
where will you be this year?
Are we talking about this?
That's right.
This is gonna get Rio back in the game.
Are we? Look, I mean,
Why am I arguing about MK9?
again, look, I just feel like Killer Frost, you just need to have better preventative measures. It sucks. You get hit, but it is what it is, and I just don't feel like you should let it consume you.
You know what kind of Killer Frost players are the most annoying ones? Ones that don't slide and just play safe.
Yeah,
Because
I
it's not
agree.
giving you anything to exploit on. Literally.
Yeah, I agree.
Again, like I said, I think you let it consume you too much. You fear of that character.
Well, let me ask Pig, what do you think the matchup is like?
What do I think the matchup is?
Sinestro against Killer Frost. Give me a number.
7-3, 7-3 or 8-2.
Yeah, all right. I actually, I believe that.
Killer Frost was Doomsday, go. Five.
Wait. Did you say Doomsday versus Killer Frost?
Yeah. What do you guys think? Match?
8-2.
That bad?
Yeah,
What
I
the
think it's
chunk?
bad.
No, I disagree.
Good luck. Teleport, good luck. Charge, good luck. Meter burn, charge, good luck. Let's say you land a charge. You want to do some shit after
What
that?
if
You
come
better
in-
be
you-
it better be down 3 or a body splash or good luck.
Okay, what about Ares versus Killer Frost? You can zone her.
Dude, zone with what?
Trait.
Dude, you're insane.
Does that? I mean, does that really work? I mean, I don't know.
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, that sounds fucking awful.
So,
Like
well,
I would
yeah.
say 8-2, 7-3.
Dude,
he
there's
had
like
his
many.
old axe.
Killer
Dude, there's
Frost walks forward, Errors walks back.
All right,
Yeah, he needs
I
to-
was told by 16-bit if he wins this major, our CEO, like one of the majors the next 2 weeks, he's going to post his legitimate real matchup chart. I'm actually excited.
And I
Okay,
will
what
blow
about
him
this
up
one?
for it.
Killer versus Raven. Raven wins.
Dude, what?
No.
No, dude, that's horrible. I think it's
Dude.
7-3.
Let me get this straight. I'm trying to understand something here. Someone who has never played against half of the characters in the game at a competitive high level is going to give the matchup chart.
Yeah, because he won a tournament, and then when you win a tournament, means you know every matchup.
So if I were to say, what's your matchup numbers versus Batman? He doesn't even play a good Batman.
But if he wins, he'll automatically know.
I think that's wrong to give a matchup number. If you win, just enjoy it, man. Take your trophy. If you lose the next tournament, they're going to say you're a fraud. The
No, if you
usual.
win, you have to promote a matchup chart, and you gotta express that win.
I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, you know what? If 16-bit won, you know what they're gonna say. He obviously won because of Killer Frost. Next patch is out. He obviously doesn't matter anymore. You know, that's obviously what people are gonna say.
There's a big nasty rumor, I call it nasty, that Frost is going to be the same at EVO because he's going to be part of the Zod patch that won't be allowed.
The Zod patch is allowed. Zod will not be allowed.
That makes me feel a lot better. All right, my chances of making top 16 at EVO just got increased.
How? She's still the same character.
The only
Well,
thing that's
I-
messed up right now is the trait cancel in the neutral game. I mean, she can if you can't. If,
Dude, that
if you
shit's
block,
so blown out of proportion. It's like useless.
But no, if you
Why,
block
as a
any,
Killer Frost player, would you ever do any normal up close aside from 4, 3, or back 1?
I wish every Frost player would listen to you because they obviously don't listen to me. I've said that for 2 months now.
because forward 3 and back because forward 3 and slide will lose
To
to
what?
fast moves.
Then you just do down 1 slide, get bodied.
Okay, down one slide has no range.
What do you mean? But okay, but I'm saying if you're up close, man, all our trade cancels can go over 3 trade cancel, 1-1-1 trade
But
cancel.
down one slide, there's no mix-up in down one slide. My point is, if
No, the
you
mix up
block,
is down 1, then forward 3. She's at +2 after down 1. You try and move after you block it down 1, she'll do
my
another.
point is, on top of all of that,
Dude, the trade
still
cancels
also-
are whatever. They're just.
she gets a free 50-50 anytime.
She gets to
is my
free
point.
when he's next to you anyway.
I don't give a fuck. I better see a slide.
I mean, what do you do when Killer Frost is in your face? Do you block or do you jump back?
I wish he was in my face more. I'm Aquaman. I would love it.
Why?
You're Aquaman. I mean, you actually have a meta game versus her.
I don't get why Aquaman vs Killer Frost is so good.
He's got options.
Okay, but I don't get like what makes it so good though.
Got good normals.
Yeah, but you block a back 1-2, she gets a free 4-3 or slide mix up.
No, I do back 1-2 into to stab. Giving my space.
Alright, but then you have to deal with her neutral game.
I mean, it's true, but I won't have to deal with it as much.
Sorry. I was playing the Shazam player line. Yeah, what I would say is like, all right, the metagame, that back 1-2, that's just good. I mean, because anyone with a fast, low start at least to 40%, can somewhat deal with her a little bit. The parry, not the parry, the trait, the trait helps a lot, changes a lot of things. She can punish the ground spike. She's one of the few people who can. So you can't really be ground spiking a lot.
But he can punish hers from anywhere.
Yeah, there's no ground spikes in that matchup. It'd be pretty stupid unless she just catches you on a perfect jump.
But she can still throw projectiles though, right?
Yeah. She can throw projectiles, it seems like. You can duck it though.
I know,
I don't
but
know.
she can. It's just like not. It's still meter though. She can build meter like that.
I like half screen. If I duck it, I can try it on her.
Really? Because those have pretty fast recovery.
We do.
Can't jump at her either.
Aquaman can jump better.
You can jump with jumping
You
too.
can't.
Something
You get a 4-3, blows that up. What are you gonna do? Empty jump forward at her?
I mean, yeah, meter burn 4-3 does.
I can't even jump at Killer Frost players with Scorpion because they do their meter burn 4-3 shit and beats everything.
Yeah.
Like the best anti in the game. Then you get put into the fucking reset. And then she's like, coin flip, guess right, you guessed right, I'm safe, don't matter.
Yeah, it's whatever. Yeah, I mean, like I said, don't sell yourself short, and give it.
I'm not. I actually feel better prepared than I was. So we'll see.
I just
pick. I mean, don't shoot yourself in the foot, man. Use another character. If it's A2, I wouldn't play that match.
I'm not going to for Midwestern, but I really do plan for earlier.
Pig, I have some advice. Why don't you just go to the matchup chart on TYM for Killer Frost and just pick one of the 1 out of 10 bad matchups that she has.
I am playing a 5-5 right now, apparently.
Why not just use an advantage matchup, though?
Okay, I'll do it. I'll pick up Hawk Girl.
Yeah, play Hawk Girl, Batman.
I heard all you do is fly away.
She can't catch you.
Actually, I went even in casuals with 60-bit, but he didn't know the matchup, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. I heard Grundy beats Killer Frost bad. I heard Shazam beats her because Shazam's better up close. I heard... What else?
Batgirl.
Yeah, Batgirl, because, Bolas.
She may never.
Bola spam.
Batgirl does to Killer Frost what Killer Frost does to everybody else.
Exactly. And then Killer Frost doesn't like that. So it's an automatic bad match. Joker's pretty good against Killer Frost because she can't anti-air him, so it's a bad match. Wonder Woman can't wake up.
Lechi, what about that?
Oops.
Like, in all seriousness, what do you think about that? Could she
I think Wonder Woman's a possibility.
Killer Frost's wake up game goes out the window against Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
You get raped if you're in the corner.
That's true.
Wonder Woman turns any character into a punching bag when you get in the corner.
Yeah, dude.
We're playing Deception.
Dude, honestly, like I said, man, I was really curious what the fuss was all about. Then when I watched Foxy play, and I give him credit because he definitely, was the first one to show me, what she was all about. Then I realized, dude, this is just like Killer Frost, man. It's just like another stupid 50-50 mix-up.
She's like a Killer Frost with a better wall game.
Yeah, it's like, whatever. I think some people still don't understand, though. They don't understand that, obviously the lasso gives you an untakeable knockdown. You can do pretty much, you can check with, what is that move called? That aerial down back 3, right? That punch? Dive bomb, yeah. That's a free check. You cannot wake up that.
No.
But that can also cross up. And it leaves you, I think, at like plus 12 or something.
Mm-hmm.
That's already ridiculous.
So you get another free 50-50.
Yeah. So, but once she trains you to crouch, just hold block in the corner because you're so fucking afraid. She just walks up, 3-3, or back 2. Whatever hits, you get 40%.
Into the same thing.
If that's not Killer Frost-like, I don't know what the hell is.
Yeah.
So she's in the corner. In fact, she's more dangerous than Killer Frost. She's more.
She's a souped-up Killer Frost in the corner.
Yeah. So have fun guessing, and fucking eating 40% combos into the same thing.
Meterless.
Yeah, meterless for that matter.
All right. Let's wrap it up. The Killer Frost community is officially going to hate this podcast.
Good.
Yeah, that was my goal. All right. Well, I don't know if we're going to do this weekly or bi-weekly, or we'll do this after CEO or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm down for whatever. This is fun.
Do it after CEO, I guess.
Yeah, we'll see if people like it.
Yes.
Anyway, all right, man. Well, we're going to close it off. I'm going to stop recording now, and hope people enjoyed it. We're out.